Okay. What the fuck? This is gonna piss me off. That pissed me off. I'm sorry. Like, I hit live on OBS, and then it fucking... And for like past... Fucking hell. Past 10 minutes, I tried to stream and no one saw it. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh, fuck hell. Okay, now it looks like everything... Okay. How is everybody doing today? Got your names? I was streaming for about 10 minutes. Because OBS is saying I was live for about 10 minutes. So I was, doing the thing. And then it's like, oh, I'm not live. No one said it. I was like, oh, this is not good. Damn. Because apparently I had to click go live on OBS, then had to go into YouTube and click go live. So I don't know what happened. That's weird. I've never had to do that part before. It's weird. But, well. I know, I was just talking in the void. Might as well just get in like one of those sandwich boards. Just talking in the void. BSP, what the fuck is going on, dude? Oh well. So my day's starting out great. So let's see. Oh, alright, I got a couple of ESP things. I'm gonna find out. I don't know if I really wanna. This one looks interesting. Oh, yeah. Angry at Sony. Aww. Let's see. I was in Japan, so it was probably overnight to you. Yeah. You weren't there, though. Did it intrigue you? Did it? Oh. Oh.
Million PlayStation.
Apparently, I'm being fucking... Apparently, this is amateur hour. This is an amateur hour stream. Jesus. Ugh.
Alright.
I'm better than this. What the fuck am I doing?
PlayStation. Because PlayStation had its earnings call overnight or in the morning, or I don't exactly know when it happened, okay? But, the hot talk this week is that PlayStation is buying Bungie and what that means for the company. The earnings call revealed a lot of very interesting information. One of the pieces of information that intrigued me, okay, was that they are saying they sold around 17.5 or something like that million PlayStation 5 so far. And if you actually directly compare that with the performance of the PlayStation 4 in conjunction with the time frame, meaning if we were looking at the PS4 this long into its life cycle versus how far we are into the PS5's life cycle, and we look at them side by side, the PlayStation 4 over here actually had sold more. It had sold over 20 million units by now, while the PlayStation 5 has only sold around 17 million.
Oh my god. Phil, one, there's a pandemic going on. Two, there's a microchip shortage. They haven't been able to make as many, and it's been in high fucking demand. Roderick, Frog has got one of those, he's in Europe, so, the European showers, they're like a 5x5 inch, so I mean, Yeah, stuff him in there. So he just got one arm out and he can just stretching out and typing in the chat. But Phil, you do understand, you can't really compare the PS4 to the PS5. Like, there's nowhere near the thing. And then his chat's like, oh, scalpers have 15 million of scalpers sold them, dumb fuck. Like, the scalpers, you buy them and then you sell them. You don't hold them. You turn the background by 20%. Just a touch. Oh.
Hey, this is Cody Wright.
Yeah.
Toe Jam and Earl back in the groove, and you're
Shit.
listening to Radio Sega.
Okay. There we go. I think that should be enough. I should be alright. Let me know if that's good. I think that's good. Anyway. Phil, Phil, your business degree, what the hell am I this?
But why? I'll tell you why. Because of the pandemic and because of the scarcity because of scalping.
How about the chip shortage? The fact that it's hard to get microchips, it's hard to get anything. Like car prices. It's been hard to get even cars in this area. Like, you're not going to do that? Like, dude, come on now. It's not that fucking I love that they blame scalpers is the whole thing of like why people can't get them. Not understanding the fact that, dude, everybody's stuck at home, so they need something to do. You know, we all can't exist on fucking DoorDash and WWE champions. People need shit to do. Come on now.
That's why. If Sony was able to make a ton more PlayStations, all right, because there was no shortage of components, likely I would think they would have sold more than the PlayStation 4. But they just can't make them fast enough because of the pandemic kind of screwing everything up.
Yeah, it made a lot of China. Yeah. Well, that's
I mean, how many
problem.
people
So
are still trying to buy a PlayStation 5 today that wanted one since launch a year and a half ago, and you still can't get it? That's crazy to think. A year and a half into the life cycle of any game console, and you can't buy it, and that's the case. This is unprecedented.
Phil, were you not around during the Wii?
Change. It's never been like this before.
2 years later, I was having difficulty getting the Wii.
Now, obviously, what they're trying to do is pump out as many as possible, but they've already scaled back their forecast. Originally, they were hoping to create around 15 million PlayStation 5s this year and sell them. They've already downscaled that and says maybe we'll get 11 million, if that. They're trying as hard as they can, but jeez, it's bad, you know?
Yeah.
Now, the other thing you got to factor in here, which is kind of interesting, is that every single PS5 is selling. There is not a place on this planet where there's a bunch of PS5s sitting around, because if there are, scalpers are buying them to resell them, you see? So...
Dude, scalpers are buying them off the shelves. What the hell? Does he literally... Oh my god, it's like that one Simpsons thing where he's like, oh, do you have this there? And someone's like, we might have a few. And the background is just like a warehouse full of them. Like, what the fuck? Dude, yeah. Scalpers are not buying them. Oh, they're buying because there's a whole lot. They're buying them in the same way that everybody else is. Like, they are going to stores, to the websites, and getting them. What the fuck? Like, scalpers basically are just, they're doing the same thing, I mean, and fuck, man, it seems like he is completely, and it may be because he really is a fake gamer. He didn't understand. The Wii was the same way. I remember having to scour all those weekly ads that you get in the newspaper. See, oh shit, the Wii's going to be at, let's say, the Target. So you drive down the Target early in the morning before they got there, and you see like 25 people lined up. I was like, yeah, but everybody wants a Wii. And that was like 2 years after it was after it had been launched. So that's the thing. And the fact that the people are pissing on Sony for this, it's like, what the fuck, man? It's like, dude, yeah. And here's the thing, Phil, you got one at launch, so why the fuck are you...
This is kind of different because about a year and a half ago, all right, when the PS4 was being sold, at this point there was excess inventory. You could go to any store
Oh, God,
a year and a half
sneaker
until the
scalpers.
launch of the
Oh,
PS4, and you could
I
buy a
can't
PS4.
imagine
They
sneaker
were just sitting
scalpers.
there.
Oh, goodness.
That's not the case with the PS5. You see? So this is kind of interesting because you're telling me, so not only have they sold less, but they've actually basically manufactured way less. You see?
Yeah, that's what happens when your components are hard to get
But anyway,
because of
that's kind of
pandemic.
interesting. Now, hopefully, they will get back on pace, but we'll find out. But the really interesting thing that came out of this investor
be back
call
on pace.
/ earnings call that they did was they're talking about the future. All right? And basically what they're saying is now that they bought Bungie, they're expecting Bungie not only to keep making Destiny, but also they want them to make a unique new IP that is Sony owned. Okay? Good. I really want Bungie to make something other than Destiny because I couldn't give two flying fucks about Destiny because it sucks. It's fucking Halo MMO. It's the same fucking game again. I'm glad they're doing something different.
It's
Okay?
not the same MMO. It's not the same thing as Halo. I mean, I'm sorry. When was the fact that Master Chief could shoot lightning out of his hands, like the Emperor, or basically summon a fucking giant hammer and throw them at people? Like, it's not the same, dude. I mean, yeah, it has very similar controls and all that, but it's not the same, dude. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean the fact that it's bad. Like, yeah, Driver to Noobs, it's so weird. He disrespects the games he doesn't like. I mean, listen, if you wanted to shit on Destiny 1, I can understand that. Destiny 1 had a lot of problems. From having to still be developed on the 360 PS3 architecture, meaning that a lot of things there were, held back to, just not really being able to get the content out that they needed to. But the fact is, Destiny 2 did a lot better. Like, it had, interesting content. Like, they expanded upon it. That you've got, honestly, their PvP is pretty fun. Hell, there's a whole match type where it's just like, oh, we're just gonna max up all your powers. Just go have fun. Just go have fun. I mean, what the fuck? It's like, dude, like Destiny 2, like, it made a good bit of money. If it was failing that bad, Bungie would be in big trouble since they left Activision. Activision. Yeah, right, Drake. Yeah, anybody talks about Street Fighter 2, they don't know what they're fucking talking about. He's just talking about this, oh, it's so bad. I'm like, dude, it's not that bad. God, it's a damn sight. I'll watch people playing Destiny anytime over watching your fucking ass play Halo Infinite. Which reminds me, when are you gonna play with members, Phil? You dropped Halo Infinite and you never played with your fans, What the fuck, man? Oh, the whole members goal. You think you're gonna be able to keep like an OIC doing that? Oh, like Sanversol, look at it. Scalpers now have lowered their price down to $600, but still above retail. Still above retail, and well have waited this long. Like, does he honestly think they were hoarding them? Like, if a scalper got a PS5, they were turning around and selling it for money. That's how scalping works. Fucking how that shit works, dude. Here's the setup. It takes hours to set up. Like, come on. Like, and that was the weird thing. I'm like, just fucking hell. He could have made a lobby and done this, and he refuses to do it and won't just say, yeah, I'm not going to play with fans. Fuck you. And the thing that gets me is they fell for it. They fell for it this time. Super Turbo, the actual broken game. Yeah, I mean, not only the broken game, but the one that was on the certain console cartridge no one wanted to play and that he just won. Like, Phil, how does it feel that your major achievement in the video gaming world and in this life is because nobody else wanted to be there? So you basically, you didn't even win. Like, if he had won that Evo, that it would still have been, there's still been an asterisk next to it, but it would have been like, oh, okay, you won this, but you know, no one else was really there. Now it's just like, yeah, you got fourth place, and that's all you've done, and every other time you get bodied. How's that gonna feel, Phil?
I just don't hope that they don't make another fucking Halo knockoff. Seriously. But
Why
the
not make
other
a Halo
interesting thing that a lot
knockoff?
of people
Like,
are like,
their
oh,
FPS
no.
gameplay wise,
Sony
and
announced
controls wise, is fine.
They want to make 10 games as a service games by 2026, and Bungie will be heavily involved in this.
Why do you care about games as a service? Like,
games as a service. A service. Can you do me a service, Sony? Can you just make good fucking games and stop worrying about money constantly?
oh my god, are you fucking serious? Are you telling someone else to stop worrying about money, Phil? What the fuck? How the... how can you say, oh, stop worrying about money? Okay, yeah, games as a service sucks, but the fact is that, Phil, like, they've been making some pretty good games. How the fuck do you, Phil, the man who cries all the time about your tips, cries all the time about needing money, needing your bills being paid, the fact that you never actually take any of that money that you get, thousands and thousands of dollars, you've never upgraded anything in your setup, you've probably still got a microphone that you've used for like years, your webcam is, you've using the same webcam you've used for like 7-8 years, you know, you haven't updated any bit of your streaming rig. The streaming rig is still one of the just baffling things to me. Like, your stream chat is in one place and you have to like look literally 90 degrees from where you're streaming to where your chat is. So it's almost impossible to do that. Like, and yet you're the one saying, you've been all about money. You wish it was 2012 again, where you were making, you know, $500,000 a year, and now you're really like, no, Sony, you're thinking too much about money. What the fuck, dude? What the motherfuck? God damn it, dude. Like, I just like games as a service, but you know, fuck, man, that's just the industry. It sucks because that's become the industry. But he never. Oh, Frederick, he'll never do a green screen. No, because he instead he wants all this little stuff to show like think about it, all this little crap on these tables. It's just low key flexing. I have a Switch. I have a Series X. I have a PS5. Look at me. And it's like, dude, but none of that fucking works. It doesn't matter. You don't use your PS5 other than Street Fighter now. You bitch about Sony and bitch about the PlayStation constantly because you're sucking Microsoft's dick because of the fucking Game Pass. I mean, fuck. And Phil, did it ever occur to you? They're talking a lot about these games as a service because they need to recoup the money that they just spent buying buying Bungie. Like, they got to recoup that. Like, Microsoft, like, understand, my Xbox will never recoup the money that they got buying Activision Blizzard. They can't recoup that money. That money has to be recouped via Windows. Like, Game Pass ain't gonna buy it. I mean, think about it. Like, they can't. They basically spent. What was it? The games industry's valued at like $170 billion, and they basically almost spent 70 itself. Like, they spent the equivalent of almost, like, not quite, but getting close to half of the valuation of the entire games industry to buy that big old publisher. It's like, dude,
like, seriously, what does games as a service mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means boring, repetitive, grindy formula. It means co-op with your friends, and the only reason the game is fun is because you're playing it with your friends and having a social experience rather than the content of the game.
Why is that a problem, Phil? I mean, I like playing with my friends in video games. It's fun. Have you, you know? I mean, you can see he's bitching about this because, of course, one, he doesn't have any friends. You know, he basically, you know, he threw all his friends away when he moved to Washington. You know, he threw his friends away. He basically fucked his fans over. Like he'll never leave that snort fort ever. He will never go to another convention. He'll never go to a fan meetup ever. He'll never leave it. And he knew he didn't want to meet fans. He didn't want to meet the fans. Man. I mean, normally, hikikomoris don't turn on their fucking webcams and show. If he had just, you know, done that, he'd be like, oh, fine, he's a hikikomori in America. But no, he did. And the thing is that he probably knew exactly what he was going to do. That he was going to go to Seattle. He was never going to see anyone else's fan. He's just going to bitch and moan about money for the rest of his life. He will never, ever see anyone. And yeah, got your names. Yeah, imagine being 40 years old and you have no friends. Like, there is no one else other than your family who really want to interact with you. Who care about you as a person. Like, that is the thing that kind of like, wow, that is fucking depressing. I mean, well, I mean, and part of it is that he doesn't understand the concept of friends. That really, that's the thing. He doesn't understand that because anytime, for him, a friend is someone who will be able to help him in a financial way. I mean, think about that. That's all he cared about, really. I believe that's all he cared about when it came to John Rambo. Like, he only cared about what John Rambo could do for him. And he is so hikikomori. Hold on, let me. Hikikomori is the Japanese term for a super shut-in. Yes, gotcha. It's the Japanese shut-ins. That is their that's their term. I don't even know. You know, maybe I spelled it right. I fucking don't know. But yeah, it is the Japanese. Right, Drake. Jasper's not his friend. Jasper don't give a fuck about him. Jasper only interacts with Phil when Kat's not there. That is everything you need to know. And he's even so dumb. I remember hearing, like, he didn't want to get another cat because, oh, Jasper will be depressed. Dude, Jasper will be thrilled with another cat in the house. That means they'll interact with each other. And will leave him alone. Because that's how cats do. You know, they can interact with each other. They keep each other from being fucking bored. But, like, how is it that in an age where you have, you know, online connectivity and all this, he's still bitching about, like, oh, playing with friends is, like, not good enough for playing certain games. Like, fuck off. Freight World Order. It's even worse than a NEET. Because here's the thing. Yeah, NEETs exist, but you're talking NEETs who never leave the house. Like, Japanese shut-ins, they don't even leave the house. Their parents do everything for them. So basically, once Phil, you know, loses this house because of his addiction, that's what's going to happen.
It means the game will be forgiven when it skimps out on critical story, interesting gameplay, and
dude, you don't even care about story.
Shiveling out repetitive shitty content for you to keep playing at a long term. Oh, the game did its job. The game is a service, all right?
Dude,
we have enough.
You're a YouTube as
like
a service.
We really do. Look at fucking Destiny. That's exactly the definition of Destiny. A game with no substance whatsoever. Just a shit ton of repetitive gameplay that you play with your friends. Great. We have Destiny 2. We don't need Destiny 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, or how many other fucking same kind of game you're going to pump out of your ass. Well,
God, Phil. Like, your content has for years been the same repetitive shitty thing. Like, you don't want people to start comparing, you know, your whole rant on games as a service to your own fucking thing, because you've not done anything of substance in years. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I mean, I get you don't like Destiny. I get that. It's like my friends play Warframe, and he was like, it's not my thing. But it's like, well, it looks like it. They're having fun. So it's like, dude, let people have fun. All right? We all can't fucking play a fucking, terrible version of fucking Street Fighter 2 because you're too fucking chicken. You're too fucking cowardly to actually play Fightcade like a man and get your ass bodied where you won't be able to just scream about lag and stuff like that. Oh, Trunks, it's crazy. He became an Xbot because of Game Pass. Now he doesn't have to fork over money. Like, it's the weirdest thing. For a man who owns a business, he has basically made it so that he doesn't want to actually have to put any money into his business. When he talks about wanting a new PC, he's going to want his fans to donate him the money for a PC, or really just donate him a new PC. Yeah, and that's the thing for Train, that he doesn't. It's why whenever he bitches about other streamers, he talks about Hollywood graphics. It's like, dude, they improved incrementally over the years. He could have improved incrementally over those years, and he would probably be in a lot better place than he is now. But instead, he decided, no, I don't want to do that. He didn't want to go to direct capture and have his face on there. He wanted to still use fucking camcorder and shitty audio mixing. The fact is, he's still, I mean, his whole setup is still a refusal of wanting to do the, sitting at a desk with your monitor and playing from there. He still wants to play on a TV in an entertainment center, even though he's blind as a bat. Like, that's actually one of the, I need to get that. I need to get those videos. See that? Yeah, those are good. But, yeah, all right, let's...
What we need are meaningful first-party titles that have great stories, great worlds, new, exciting gameplay elements.
Like
not
what?
the same fucking shit over and over because you want to make a buck. Because here's the truth. Here's why Sony
that's
wants
Friday
these
night
games.
on you.
Because you'll pay $60 to play the base version. Then next year you'll pay $50 to buy the expansion. Then another $50 to buy the second expansion. All the while doing microtransaction after microtransaction after microtransaction to buy cosmetics, to buy guns, to buy gold, to buy emotes, to buy yourself a diaper so you can fucking play and shit your own fucking pants rather than get up and have a life. These games are too much of a time sink. They're boring.
Too much of a time sink. It says the guy who's basically been playing Lost Judgment, who played Lost Judgment for 4 fucking months. Phil, come on now. Like, how are you basically being the one like, oh, that one's just too much of a time sink? What the fuck, man? Like, every time I've seen you play a game, you stretch it out, and then you wonder, oh, why is it the gameplay time they say is this a month? Dude, you fucking move slow as fuck, man. And then you always wonder, oh, they must be bleeding through. It's like, dude, you really don't get it. Like, people interact with their chat, and they could stream games, and they move a lot faster than you. Your entire setup is designed really in a way that it's better if you don't interact. But even then, you still move slow because you don't understand. Oh my god. He'll be playing Elden Ring for months. Oh my god, that's gonna be rough. And like, I'm sorry, dude, but you gave fucking number 2 game of the year to Halo Infinite. A thing that I've heard basically most everybody else who does games review, playing games, it's like, it's not that great. Multiplayer kind of sucked because it really didn't have the things it needed to have, and the story was kind of stupid. Maybe the fact is, Phil, maybe some of these games are fine. Listen, if you don't want to play Destiny, you don't have to play Destiny. There's a shitload. There is thousands of games that you can play. There are so many of them. You could even have another, you could just get a PC. But it's like, oh no, you gotta shit on Sony because they bought Bungie. because is it first person shooter like Halo? Yeah, it's like fucking Halo. They made Halo. Listen, if the Halo controls worked, then why should they change them? Just change them just cause? Fuck no. I mean, it's not even like Destiny isn't really that much like. I mean, well, it's a little like Halo, but I mean, this is just because it's Sony. I mean, fuck it. If Microsoft did this, he'd be creaming his fucking pants. And that's the thing. Like Jake Kramer, like here's my thing. I don't like the PlayStation Bungie acquisition just because I really hate the Microsoft Activision Blizzard acquisition. I dislike the game industry becoming increasingly monopolized. But yeah, freight train. Yeah, it's the game that gave him the most money. It's like, and that's the thing. I'm like, dude, it was already bad when he put Hades on there, and everyone was like, wait, that's game came out 3 years ago. It was it came out on the Xbox. You're like, no, fuck you. It's like, yeah,
shit, and I fucking hate games as a service right now. Maybe one day there'll be a games as a service game that will actually be impressive. I haven't seen it yet. Show me one games as a service.
Yeah, James Kramer. Yeah, it's
can
business.
Like,
I don't like that business, but
you must play this game, because if you missed this fucking game, you missed out on a game of the year contender. Name me one fucking person that says Destiny is game of the fucking year, and I'll say to you, you're stupid, because you didn't play any good games. You just sat there playing the same shit with your friends, and you think that's all that's out there. You're living in the games as a service bubble, thinking that this is like the epitome of what games can be. It's not. You're missing out on the big, great narrative experiences, the meaningful gameplay that's different and innovative, to sit there and just play the same.
Games as a service is more like a game that constantly comes out, constantly has content given to it, and in which you might you'd buy things like season passes and stuff like that. The idea of it is maximizing revenue. I mean, in trucks, it really is. He's mad that people are playing games. He's mad the fact it's like, okay, you don't like Destiny, but it's like, the whole thing is like, okay, you get, and even some of his friends like, Destiny's trash. It's like, okay, yeah, I've played Destiny, and I kind of, I'm in, play a little bit, and then I leave for a little while. Gouchin is very much World of Warcraft. That is probably the best comparison I can make. It's World of Warcraft. It would be like him complaining about World of Warcraft having updates and things. It's like, dude, this is just, it's WoW. This is what it is, And the fact is, he doesn't even have to play it, but he acts like, oh, this is so offensive to me. It's like, what the fuck? How is this super offensive? Like, no one's gonna bust down your door and make you play Destiny if you don't want to. All right, no. Instead, you can play Halo Infinite and whine and cry that, oh, the ping is lying. They're lying, guys. How the fuck would you know, dude? Maybe actually, like, you don't even have any of your stuff. Like, is any of your stuff on Ethernet? Is or is it all? Oh, we're going through the wall, which is just as fucking bad. Like, dude, you don't even have your modem for your internet class, for your business class internet in this room. It's like downstairs. It's like, dude, you own this place. Hire some folks, have them put Ethernet in the entire house, and then boom, this is, yeah, his connection's the trash one, and he will never. Oh, his router is in his room? Wait, is it in his room or is it in the office? Really? I thought his router was all the way downstairs. So I thought that was the whole thing, was like his router's downstairs because like Cat will be vacuuming and I guess, just, do like what he does. He just kind of lose control of her arms. Yeah, he has 2 lines. But he was talking, there was something a few days ago where she knocked out one of the AC adapters and it took out his internet. And you're just like, wait, what? How the fuck is that humanly possible? I know he has 2 internet lines, but I'm just trying to figure out how her taking out an AC adapter downstairs causes his internet to short out. It doesn't make much sense to me. That's the thing, Freight Train. He bought the business class internet, and he never thought about up and down speeds. Like, he pays like what, $300 for shit internet, whereas all he has to do is just get rid of the business class, get a night, just have one line and have it be a fucking like gigabit connection. It would probably cost him at least half of what he's doing now, but he don't want to do that. And it's like, the modem cord out. Yeah. Like, it's so weird because the fact that, okay, fiber, when he moved, he probably could have looked for fiber. But remember, like, here's the thing. I believe this was the first house he even looked at. I don't know if it's the first house he looked at in Washington, or if this is just the first house in general that he looked at when he was looking to move. Because remember, Leanna didn't want this place. She didn't even want Washington. She wanted Texas or Florida. He's like, it's too hot. Yeah, but they understand central air. And now the fact is, his ass roasts in like 70-degree weather because this is house number 3 or 4. Okay. Well, I thought that my lore's probably off. I'm hearing it from a number of people. There's a signal booster downstairs that feeds both internet lines. Oh my, signal boot. So he's on fucking Wi-Fi. He was shitting on folks who had Wi-Fi connections. If you have a signal booster, that's fucking Wi-Fi. Oh, Jesus. Like, fucking man. I know it's fucking... Listen, this is... Yeah, listen, I get it. I have my router is downstairs and this is upstairs. I do the very, very dignified thing of just running a fucking Ethernet cord up the stairs into this place. And then, yeah, I have it plugged in so that all my consoles are just gonna would plug in completely. Like, if I wanted to stream on my console, plug it in to the actual router, so the fact plug it into because I have a switch, I have a network switch up here. But yeah, it's like, dude, he's on Wi-Fi. No wonder his connection's shit. God, I'm surprised he doesn't cut out his streaming even worse. The coax line from outside. Oh my god. A coax. It's not fully. Even if it is a signal, it's still boost the coax line. It's still a signal booster. A signal booster means it's not wired. It's not hardline. It sounds like it's not even. It's like, Phil, you bought like the best place. It got fucking water damage. You can't even get that full. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. Did you even? Stupid. Like, he literally bought it just because it has a gated community. As only Wi-Fi, no Ethernet because it was too costly. Yeah, for that's always the thing. I'm like, especially if you're in fucking like apartment complexes. This is why he should have gotten a house, because a house you never would have had that. They'd have put something right into your place. Like, I've never find a picture of what you're talking about. It's okay, dude. It's fine. But yeah, it's like he always gets. This means he's gotten scammed on both places he's bought, because he got scammed when he bought his condo in Connecticut. For like, what was it? He bought it for like $130,000. It's like, what the fuck? How could he buy it for that much? And it's like 600 square feet. Like, dude, I lived in an apartment that was 651 square feet once. It's tiny. You paid money for that. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you get one bedroom. You get a living room. Like, if you look at it, it's like, yeah, no wonder he's got everything looks like it's a hoarder, because he has no place to put shit. Jesus.
Grindy shit. And you keep paying people for it.
Just like your fans, Phil. They keep paying for the same shit content.
Look at GTA Online. That's like the worst case scenario of games as a service. No substance, all microtransactions. Pay them so they don't. They make so much money.
Insanity. Whenever you see like Phil, oh yeah, Phil has no self-awareness. Like he literally could never. It's listen. People like playing GTA Online, so let him play. It's him. You know what this really is? It's him moral. Fuck you. Oh. But yeah, it's.
They don't even make
I
good
know.
games anymore. Where the fuck is GTA 6? Where the fuck is Bully 2? I'll tell you where it is. It's not fucking getting made because you keep paying them for the shit ass games as a service.
Wow.
All right?
Yes, it is getting made. It's just gonna take a
So when
while.
people tell
Let
me-
Rockstar do their
excuse
thing.
me, when
They
Sony
take a
tells
while.
me
They'll
10
do it.
more games as a service games, I say, what the fuck? I talk about this all the time on my streams. Don't support this kind of shit, because if you do, this is going to be all these game companies pump out. You will not get innovative, meaningful games anymore. You'll get the same shit over and over, because this is what makes them more money.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, I'm like, you play the same. You play walking simulators. Like you will stretch out fucking Yakuza-like games because you can just kind of chill and walk around, and it's just literally not much gameplay, and you play them for months. Yet the fact is, when everybody was fucking hyped about fucking Metroid Dread, you're like, I don't want to. It's a Metroid game. It's a sequel. It's like, yeah. Trans, what is a meaningful game? I'm like, a meaningful game is just a game he wants to play. This is literally him mad that there are like Grung mad that game exists that Grung no like. It's like, what the like, dude, come on now. Like, let people enjoy the games. Like, fuck, man, I don't care that much for sports games, like sports sims. I don't care much like sports games, like Madden or FIFA. But dude, if people want to play them when it comes out and they'll stream them and all that and have fun with their friends, go for it, dude. That's the best part about gaming, is being able to have fun with your friends. But not Phil. No, if it's not something he likes, you need to stop it, because you liking a game that he doesn't like, he takes that as a personal offense. And like, it's like, wow, that is just another tick on the, Phil's a literal narcissist.
And this is what's happening. Now Sony has said, oh, we saw it, man. We saw the light. We're buying Bungie. We want 10 more Destinies. No, that's not what I want.
Then don't buy them. You have to pay it if you don't want
Anyway, that was the information from the PlayStation earnings call. Certainly not great information in my opinion. But it is what it is, right? Now,
that. I love it. Not doing it anymore, Phil.
yeah.
That's the outro. Yeah. Oh, right, Drake. I think he is both. I think he has undiagnosed autism, which would mean, especially when you saw that DSP Tries It, where he actually was holding the camera and you saw him basically not just T-pose, but do like arm planes like he's a little kid. It's like, fucking hell. And the way he rocks back and forth. And then his, the autism, I think, also is a bit of why he doesn't want to ever change things, which he kind of needs to. If he actually put the monitor right up next to him, then his eyesight wouldn't be a big problem. I'm going to kind of go over this because
But there's also other stuff I need to take care of. For example, Wednesday, I'm actually going for an eye exam. The first eye exam I've ever taken since I was in high school, because when I moved to Washington State, I need to actually get a new driver's license for Washington State within 30 days of me living there, but they require you to take an eye exam, and I know for a fact that I cannot see far away distances very well. So I basically need to go to the eye doctor and get a prescription eyeglasses just to take this stupid eye exam, and then I'll never use the glasses again. Just like I did in high school, okay?
Yeah. Like, the thing about that, like, he admits he can't see far away distances well, but yet he still, I'm talking about, it amplifies and feeds into the modem. Signal is not defeated at this point. The router is in the room, but some believe he's using Wi-Fi, not Ethernet. Okay, hold on. Let me take a look at, pull that up. Look at that. Just let me do that. Yes, go have the foot in sight. Oh, but that... Oh, God, that's a signal booster into the power. That's just as bad. Like, yeah, that's not that great. Like, yeah, that's... No. Signal's not degraded at that point. I'm like, yeah, but it's still... He could actually solve all of this by just having a contractor wire his condo up with Ethernet. He could put Ethernet in every room of the house. He could put it in the office. He could put it in Kat's room. He could put it in the bedroom. He could put it downstairs in the living room as well. And it would literally fix he wouldn't even really need that, but it would then allow that. It's like, but here's the thing. Even if he has that and he has his router, I don't know that he plugs everything else into the router. I think he only plugs... I don't think he plugs everything into the router. But his connection, it doesn't matter. His connection's trash because he thinks business class is good instead of... All that matters is your upload and download speeds. You know. Yeah, in this video, like, he admits he can't see things far away, yet he stubbornly continues to play and stream games with a TV like 6 feet away, like what was it, 6 feet away from his eyes. And like, there was one, I can't remember, I couldn't find a video of it, where he literally is looking and squinting to try to read the shit, because it's like, dude, his eyesight's horrible. I'm like, dude, if you literally put it on a monitor on a desk, this would work. This would completely remove that. But I think you would have 2 Wi-Fi routers, right? For upstairs, but it doesn't matter. One of them would basically be like a Wi-Fi signal booster. You can have those. They do exist. And what you could actually do is you can also plug things into that Wi-Fi booster. So you could like plug it in, and then as long as the signal goes from one to the other, you're still good. But it's still Wi-Fi. I mean, as far as his connection, I just don't know. But yeah, and think about that. He can't see things far away, but he's not going to even wear his glasses while driving. You know, and he wonders why people think that, yeah, he caused that accident in high school. He probably did because he didn't want to wear his glasses. It's like, Phil, you're 4 years, just wear your fucking glasses. It would actually help his gameplay, and he would not get anywhere near
the only other interesting thing to mention, and then we'll get started with gameplay here, is tomorrow I'm actually going to an eye doctor. An eye doctor for the very first time since high school. Like, no lie, the first time I've ever had my eyes checked since high school. Now, this was interesting because in high school, I never knew I had a problem with my eyes, right? Everything I did in life, I could read perfectly. I had no problems doing anything. And then all of a sudden in high school, I noticed that if I sat, I'd say probably about halfway to near the back of the classroom, I couldn't read the chalkboard. It would get blurry. And so in some classes, I had to ask to sit near the front of the class to see the chalkboard, to which I said, okay, maybe there's something wrong with my eyes. Let's go get them checked out. And I did. I had my eyes checked out.
His parents had.
And the eye doctor said, okay, you have.
Here's the thing. My guess is he couldn't really see. His grades suffered. So his parents told him he had to sit near the front of the classroom and try to do that. Probably even talk to the parents or to the teachers. And it was probably them who said, no, we need to get you to an eye doctor. Because the way that he talks about it, it's like, dude, he didn't want to go to an eye doctor.
Have issues with distance vision for very far distances. So we're talking, you know, far distances. You're going to have issues reading things. I don't know if that's called nearsightedness or farsightedness. I have no effing idea. So with that,
he doesn't know whether he's nearsighted or farsighted. What the fuck, Phil? It's a medical condition. You should know this shit. Fucking hell. You're nearsighted, dude. You're nearsighted. You're nearsighted both medically and your whole philosophy of life.
at that point in high school, they gave me a pair of glasses. Now the glasses, if I wore them for reading stuff up close, actually gave me a headache. If I wore the glasses all the time, I had a headache. So I stopped. I only used the glasses in classrooms when I needed to see far away, like if I was in the back of the class. So for the high school and college, if I was far away from the blackboard, I would use glasses. If not, I never used them. Come to find out, when I went to get my driver's license, apparently they said that I need them to drive. To which I said, why do I need them to drive? When am I driving and I'm going to need to see things 5 million feet away that are tiny?
He has trouble seeing distance, and he's like, why would I need to see that while I'm driving? Like, when I heard this, I had to pause it and just take it like, what the fuck? I mean, think about that. How dumb are you to understand, like, dude, yeah, they give you a vision, like, any place you go to, they give you a vision test. Now, I think in some states, and I don't know about Connecticut or Washington State, in some states that I've lived in, it's like you basically need to have a 20/40 vision or better, or else you will be can't see a blackboard, but he can see the road. Like, I honestly, like, John Rambo even said that. I was like, he was kind of like, because what Phil doesn't do is he doesn't keep his glasses in the car. At least at that point, he didn't keep his glasses in the car to drive. So he got pulled over. His license says he needs glasses. He doesn't have them. Rambo had to drive his car to Phil's home because, you know, the cop wouldn't let Phil drive the rest of the way home because he doesn't have his glasses. And that is technically against the law. He can't see a black, he can see. It's, got your names, it's ego. Like, I guarantee you his parents forced him to wear glasses in school. Because nothing makes sense. His parents forced him to wear it. And then in college, he wore it a little bit because, you know, they were saying, like, you need to get good grades and shit like that. Because remember, if I remember my lore correctly, he nearly flunked out first semester and then had to move back in with his parents for the rest of his college career. You know, it was like he bragged about that. It was drugs, stuff like, no. It was probably because he refused to wear his glasses, couldn't read the board. But that explains back. It really does explain a lot. To me, I think a lot of his issues with gameplay, why he can't see things, like his whole Metal Gear Solid, is because he can't read it. And he refuses to wear his glasses. And he you know, as I said, he wants to have his TV 6 feet away. Like, and his eyes have probably gotten worse over the years. As people's eyesight happens, it happens. It gets worse over time. So, like, he won't, and like you've probably seen the picture of him with his glasses on. They look fine, but in his mind, you know, nerds wear glasses, because he literally has not evolved since, like, the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, that's the thing. He doesn't want to be called a nerd. I'm like, dude, people fucking wear glasses. All right, it's life. He won't grow up from. He still thinks it's like, yeah, people just call him a nerd because he wears glasses. It's like, no one is gonna call one. He doesn't interact with anybody. Who the fuck's gonna call him a nerd? Yeah, that forever teen mindset. But that's the thing. That's why I think he got in the accident because he wasn't wearing his glasses. My belief is he wasn't wearing his glasses and he got into that accident because he was, because of that. And I think it really does affect his gameplay because he can't see, like when you look at a Halo, he can't see that he misses. He put his thing on, he would know that he misses. He's missing. But the thing about that, him not understanding that because he can't see far away that well, he needs to wear glasses while driving. It's why when he said he was going to drive Kat to work at, Black Friday, I was like, oh my god. Like, it's glad it's only a mile away because any further, that's a risking of her life. And, that's just not acceptable. That's because that's the thing. Knowing him, if he got into a wreck, he would kill someone else and he'd be fine. And he wouldn't understand what the problem was. Because it's like, dude, you can't do that. You can't. And yeah, right. I don't, he's not stuck in he is stuck literally in the 90s. He is stuck in the late 90s, early 2000s in his teen thing. Like, everything, that's where his mindset is, and he will never leave from it, even though it's like, dude, you're 40 years old. People wear glasses. I see athletes wear glasses. Athletes wear glasses. You see them, like, they don't wear them on the field sometimes, but they have glasses. But no, his is like, no, I'm going to endanger myself and others. Pig-headedly not doing that. Like,
any text. Of course, no one can explain that, but apparently they put it on my driver's license.
No one can explain why he needs glasses because they don't think that you should need to do that because they assume you have a higher than 62 IQ. Fucking hell, Phil. That fucking ego of like, I don't need it. And it's like, no, you do need it.
That I need glasses. Guess what? I've never driven with glasses in my life.
And yet you crashed your car, and your mom was pissed at you about that. Because the fact is, she probably knew you were driving without your glasses and told you don't drive on this place, probably because it gets a lot of traffic. And yeah, I got two names. Honestly, whenever it's driving, I just assume that he just doesn't see it. That's my assumption. He just cannot see it. Like, he literally just cannot see it. That's always been my that is my personal opinion, is that he cannot actually see the that he does not have the ability of seeing, a signal. Oh, that's probably the case. He probably can't read. He probably can't see these things, and then it's like, oh, they cut me off. I'm like, no, they had that. It's like, dude, I'm trying to remember. When him and Kat go out, does she drive or does he drive? I can't remember if they said if he drove or if she drove. Because I'm wondering if she actually drives when they're together. He's always driving. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's one day gonna kill someone. My thing is, one day he is going to kill someone. I honestly think he is probably going to, eventually he is going to do something where he will actually be an auto accident and someone will die because of him. And that's the thing I'm trying to remember. Yeah, no, it's okay. Like, Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, if he's driving all the time, he eventually he's gonna get hit. And the fact is, whether even it's his fault or not, him not having his glasses, they're going to assume it's his fault, and it's probably gonna kill someone, and he will not, try to take his wife out for dinner. I unfortunately, that's the thing. I can't always. I don't remember. Was it her birthday? That was the one where they wanted to go to this one place and it was closed or something. I can't remember. They think that was the whole thing with the Burger King stuff because, you know, it was somewhere he wanted to go that she, I think, tolerated. I can't remember.
And I've only gotten into one accident that wasn't my fault. So my entire
That
life, obviously, I don't need
accident
them.
wasn't
I've
your
driven
fault.
on highways. I've gone across the country, driven, hundreds and hundreds of miles. It never needed them. Never a problem, right? But I found out that actually in the state of Washington, in order to actually get a driver's license, which I'm going to need to do, there's actually a law in the state of Washington that when you move there permanently, within 30 days of your permanent residence, you need to get a new license for that state. You need to take an eye exam. And I guarantee you that I probably will suck at this eye exam for the small stuff because I can't see distance. So I'm going to this eye doctor to...
But you can't see distance in the small stuff. Like, his brain makes no sense
to get
to me.
my eyes checked for the first time, no lie, in about 16 years. Yeah, I know. The first time in about 16 years I'm going to get my eyes checked. Probably going to get a prescription for a new pair of glasses and going to get those glasses hopefully before I move to Washington so I can pass this eye exam. So pretty funny, right?
Like,
pretty funny. I don't understand why they think there's some kind of a requirement that people need glasses to drive on the highway when... What do you need to see on the highway 5 million feet ahead of you?
cars! You need to see the cars! You need to be able to see, oh, this exit. They don't, so you don't do, I turn now. Good luck, everybody else. Like, how is your logic so bad that you don't understand that, yes, you need glasses to drive because everything out there. He was driving because it was doing. Oh my god! That chicken sandwich thing. Jesus fucking Christ! Yeah, Kuga. That's the thing. Like, drugs. He doesn't need to be driving. It. Not only does he needs to wear the glasses while he's driving, and honestly, he should be wearing the glasses here. Hell, fuck, man, the gunner glasses will probably be able to put your prescription in there, and it would literally improve his gameplay so much. Like, honestly, when I heard about this, everything is 2100 with glasses. Without, it's 2040 without. Ooh, 2400. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, that's bad. Oh boy, buddy, that's rough. I mean, 2100 with glasses. Yeah, because he'll look like a dork. That's the weird thing. Because but then he puts the gunner glasses. For $50, he'll put on the gunner glasses. And what he could do is he could go and probably buy a set of gunner glasses and have the prescription in them. And it would help, but... Oh, yeah. Astigmatism's always rough. Yeah, I got family members that have astigmatism. That one's always a lot... That's a lot rougher than near farsightedness, because basically It'll fuck your vision up completely. But the fact is, here's the thing: he can go to the eye doctor. He can get a copy of his prescription. And a lot of places that sell glasses, even, probably, I bet you even Gunnar glasses. I bet you Gunnar glasses can do it too. He can probably then have glasses made with his prescription. Look at that. I go to Gunnar glasses. Right up there. Prescription. You can actually get them with your prescription in there. And they are expensive, but you can get them. Which means that I don't think he put his prescription in them. Probably because he doesn't have it. Because he probably just bought his glasses through his optometrist. So he never actually got a copy of his prescription. But that would look like, every time I heard that, I was like, this makes so much sense about his gameplay. Why he doesn't see things that are clearly on the screen is because he can't see. And he instead refuses to do it instead of just buying glass. It's like that King of the Hill episode where Cotton, refuses to get glasses and he's driving like a maniac because he can't see. But he memorized the entire vision code, the entire vision test, so he would pass every time because they never changed it. It's that. Like that's what Phil is doing right now. It's like
all the signs on the highway are humongous letters, so I could
like they're humongous letters because they're up in the air, so you can see them from a distance. You need to be able to see them like a few hundred feet in front of you. Like, Phil, come on now.
read all those. So I don't know what the hell this weird requirement is, but it is what it is. Okay.
It is what it is, and even then, your egotism, your ego, basically said you weren't going to wear them while driving, and that's why John Rambo had to drive your ass home. That's why it's like it's just another thing of where he just refuses to listen. At this point, his narcissism is such that he refuses to listen to medical advice. Let's see. He never watched. He is the greed demon. Look at this. I love this because he didn't get the. Oh, this is the best pre-stream intro, I think.
Oh, the camera's on. Hello.
Yeah, I was government insurance covered stuff like trains. Yeah, that would really help. I know a couple of places, Kuga21, where I actually got a pair of glasses that have a little bit of blue light filtering. I know some places where basically, but they're not, through they're not through insurance. Yeah, Trunks. That's the he knows better. He knows better until he gets into an accident and then finds out, even if it really wasn't his fault, him not having glasses, they'll pin it on him. And then he'll lose his license. Love to get them on my prescription. Oh, Kuga, I know a few places that you can actually do that. I mean, Gunnar glasses, I know, when I looked that up, you can actually put your prescriptions onto the glasses there, which I know he didn't do. It's like, and there are a few other sites where you can get them that have it, and basically you put it in your prescription in your profile, and boom, any glasses you want, you can have the prescription applied to them, which is really nice.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. How you doing?
Yeah. How did he not know
I'm
that was
here for the conclusion of the month? All right. Now, one of the exciting things about this,
I still know how the hell did he not know that was trolling?
We are at 339 channel members. I'd like to call this out immediately before we even talk
What's
about
that? Oh, the
anything
camera's
else.
on from. Oh,
Alright?
Jesus.
This is a record. This is the most channel members we have ever had here on DSP Gaming in the history of the channel. 14 years. Wait. No. I made the channel in April 2010. 12 years. This is the most we've ever had. I mean, I've only had members enabled for like 8 months. But that's the most we've ever had, alright? Now, this is it. Today is the final day to hit the members goal for January. Because I'm not here tomorrow. And then it resets on February 1st. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is tremendous. Please, if you're someone who has watched my content, whether you watched my live streams, you watched the on-demand videos, you watch both.
Yeah, Kuga, I know of that blue light filter
maybe you don't
thing.
watch any
where
of it.
Kind of turns into a
How would you
very
be seeing this
orangey
right
kind of thing at night to help you kind of not be up. Oh, is he going?
It looks something like this, if you're not watching it. But anyway, no matter who you are, please consider becoming a channel member today. What are the benefits?
Why?
Number 1, highlight a name in stream chat and in the comments of videos. Number 2, a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter in the stream chat and in the comments of videos. Number 3, you don't have to abide by the slow mode rules of the stream chat. You can talk as much as you want.
Phil, it doesn't fucking matter. Your stream chat moves slow. You have 300 viewers and it moves fucking slow as shit. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, you've never given anyone a reason to actually be a member.
Number 4, access to all of my channel emotes, both in the stream chat and in the video comments. Number 5, if we hit 350 members today, which is the goal, we'll unlock a new emote slot. So all the members will get another new emote to use.
You don't have to abide by slower. No, yeah, it's not a... Well, that's the thing. He really doesn't understand. Yeah, it should be a subscription benefit. Yeah, it really should. But the fact is, well, here's the problem, Cookie. He doesn't want anybody who isn't a subscriber. I mean, he's got that 24-hour rule where if you're not if you haven't subscribed for 24 hours, you can't be in the chat. And he wonders why he's never going to get any organic growth. Like, here's the thing. If people see your stream one day and they're like, oh, hey, I want to interact, and they find out they can't, they're going to go somewhere else. That's just how it is. And because he's like, oh, but the trolls, I was like, dude, the trolls just have to wait 24 hours. So that's all it takes, is them to just wait. Yeah, stream during Dying Light and blame it on... Yeah, well, that's the thing. He blames all of it on there. He always blames all the stuff on trolls because he can't admit... Because he cannot admit that he is losing supporters at a blinding rate. He cannot admit to anyone... He cannot admit to anyone, much less himself, that his channel's basically dead. There's just nothing there anymore. And he can't fathom the fact that, yeah, he's not going to be able to, like, this is coming to an end. Like, he's not going to be able to do this forever because he's going to lose all of his, he's going to lose all of his supporters, and he's not bringing in new ones. So
number 6, when I do special shows like Ask the King, excuse me, which is my bi-monthly Q&A show, members get priority to get their questions answered. In fact, the last time I did one,
yeah, Jake, remember, you can't...
half the show was member questions. Okay?
Especially
Number
now
7,
that gifted memberships are not going to be help.
Vote on things like a viewer's choice playthrough.
Yeah, Frog, it's a slow
marathon.
decay. We're
Members
watching a
usually
very
get
slow
priority
decline.
to nominate and vote on games, and usually get a game in there. For example, during the Christmas marathon event.
Also, he still calls it Ask the King and Feasting with the King, even though the King of Hate is gone. What's he the king of? Gout?
Okay.
That's the king's disease.
Number 8, You're helping
Maybe
out
that's
the
why
channel
he's a
in
king.
huge way. It's consistent support behind the scenes that helps out this channel immensely. Okay? And number 9. So if you don't say, oh, what's the reason to become a member? There's only 9 reasons, okay?
And none of them are good.
The 9th reason, last but certainly not least, if we hit 350 members by the end of today, all right, we're going to be doing a special celebratory marathon event. We're going to look at all those games on Microsoft Game Pass that either
I would probably go with King of
or
Panhandling.
that we already marked for possible future playing.
This
We're
is
going
like-
to vote. You guys are going to vote on the games you want to see. And yes, members will pick a game. And that will be a marathon event where we'll play probably like 4 different games for about an hour, hour and a half each. And it's going to be fun. Now,
Wow.
also, excuse me, during that special marathon event, there will be
Thanks
a
for
live
not
edition of
muting,
Feasting with the
Phil.
King. For those who don't know what that show is, I try out different kinds of cuisine that usually I wouldn't eat or have never eaten for the very
Yeah.
first time
Dude,
in
you
a
sh-
live setting.
Dude,
The
you
show
shot
has
on Chicken
checked out
Adobo because it had the
Indian
bone
food,
in it. Fucking
Sonic
hell.
fast food restaurants.
Yeah, also,
Mediterranean food.
Emmer,
most
yeah,
recently,
4-hour marathon. Dude, I've watched
Filipino
fuckers who,
food. That's right.
like, some of the people
So,
I watch on
4 different
Twitch,
kinds I've tried.
they'll do
There's many
12-hour
cuisines out there to test
streams.
out, right?
Like,
So,
and that isn't, it's considered a bit of a death stream. Their
that's awesome.
marathons
Obviously, I wanted
one
to do a
time have
marathon
gone
event.
like
You know, it was
12,
special. We
you know,
haven't
like
done one since
24
Christmas.
hours.
So it'd be cool to do one
Like,
in
4-hour
early
marathon is
February,
nothing.
Maybe before Nonstop
So
News
fucking
hit, maybe
lazy.
Like second week of February, we could do it. And I'm excited for it. I hope that, again, if you've been holding off on becoming a member, this is it. This is the last day of the month. This is the last chance for you to do it. This is a huge opportunity for us to do this, to rally today. To rally. What are you waiting for? We only need 11 more people. Let's do it. Today we can do it. Right now we have over 100 people on the stream.
LOT
Later
Gods,
today
I
we'll have
thought you
100.
dropped the
Tonight
King
we'll
of
have
Hate.
100.
Yeah.
This is the time.
That's the thing.
Step up.
Yeah,
Let's
he
do
drops
it.
the King of
Number
Hate, but he
10,
won't
you
want to
make
drop the
me
whole King
a
aspect.
happy streamer. So anyway, hopefully we'll hit it. You know, here's
Oh,
the thing.
here we go. Oh,
I'm really
here's one.
hoping
Hold
that
on.
today.
Stretch Armstrong. I don't know if you can read it here. Yeah, I mean, unless Phil does members only multiplayer, I don't want to join. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like his, his marathons just his normal streams. Yeah, he doesn't do a marathon. He doesn't understand what a marathon really is. Like, for him, a marathon should be at least 6 hours, no breaks. But he'd be like, but that would kill me. It's like, dude, no, you don't move anyway. All right, it's not like you got fucking deep vein thrombosis or anything like that, because we would have heard if you had that. Not that you go to a doctor or anything like that. Like, think about it, a 4-hour marathon and doing like 4 games for an hour each. Like, that's not, one, it's not even a marathon. 2, it's basically, it's his Game Pass nights, just a little longer, just 4 hours instead of 2. Yeah, it could get like 12-hour, like a 12-hour stream, that's a marathon. And I've seen people go 24-hour death streams. Yeah, what he considers a marathon is every other stream. Yeah. And the fact that, yeah, I mean, and I get it. You might do like 4 hours, and then every few hours you gotta take, take a few minute break to go to the bathroom or get more water or whatever. I get that. But no, for Phil, it's like, no, no, 4 hours is a marathon, because it's like, dude, you could just tell, like, dude, you're a dude who just, yeah, it's a regular, 4 hours is a regular amount of gaming. I could do 4 hours easy, but for him, it's a marathon, because really it's proof that he doesn't like gaming anymore. He doesn't really game. He only did it to, make money and get popular. And now the fact is that he doesn't want to do any gameplay at all. He would love to never do gameplay. So he had COVID, and yeah. No, that sucks, dude. I hope she's doing better. Yeah, I hope it sucks.
People will
Be
rally.
safe out there.
And we can hit the members' goal. Kelly Wrong just became a channel supporter. Now, before I update the leaderboard, I have to be very careful about this today, because I'm going to be sure that when I'm updating this leaderboard, that it's always correct. I want to make sure I'm not lying to you guys and accidentally counting things that don't count, or that memberships aren't expiring and I'm not counting that. I don't want it to promise you guys something that's not happening.
This
For
is
example,
why.
yeah, so Kelly just became a channel member. Thank you, Kelly. Guess what? We're still at 339. I just checked. during this very pre-stream, a membership.
Yeah,
expired.
that, I mean, that is definitely a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So we're still at 339.
well, but
Thank
you know,
Kelly,
sometimes you
for
just you
becoming
do
a
what you
channel
got to
member.
do.
Thank
You
for your
know.
support. We haven't moved though. Okay, I will check again in a bit.
See, this is why he should just have the stuff automatically do it, because it would automatically, like, he wants to have everything manual, but the fact is, like, dude, if you had literally your members stuff all automated, he wouldn't have to do this. Oh, my friends dropping, but I want to have done for. Yeah, yeah, it can sometimes it sucks sometimes, you know, but yeah, sometimes you keep with it. You know, people will find it. People will find it, and if they like it, they'll stay. You know, it's just, it is how it is. You know.
Just in case there was a delay. Oh, now it says the Crimson 9 has become a channel supporter. Thank you to the Crimson 9. All right. What I'm thinking is I have to keep checking. I think I'm gonna have to keep checking because as memberships expire, other people seem to be joining, and so it's gonna take a few minutes probably for this to refresh. See if it updated. No, now it says we're at 340. All right. So now we are officially at 340 with that one. There you go. We're making progress. And by the way, again, 340. That's the most we've ever had on the channel, guys.
Yes, we know. Every time you go up, it's the most. Oh my god! So we know.
New record.
Oh, the fucking boomer bots! Jesus
right, 10 more to
fucking
go.
Christ!
We have 10 more to go by the end of today. All right.
I wonder
now,
if he actually gets
what do I have
a new PC and he can finally use his Stream Deck if he'll still use the boomer box.
Put butts in seats to make sure that you're watching. I'll tell you what we're doing.
Wonder if he'll still do that.
That's what they got.
Okay. Okay. Looks like we just got a new member. I'm going to confirm that.
Yeah, Amaran, yeah, new, yeah. So that's the whole thing. These are all basically sock accounts because...
Yes!
Like,
we have hit 341 members. That is the most we've ever
for this
had.
shit because
we are climbing, guys. We're getting there.
He
9
already...
more to go. Only 9 more members to go. This is very exciting.
Yeah, he could use the Stream Deck right now.
Very much to...
Yeah, unfortunately, he chooses not to actually stream via his laptop. If he could stream through his laptop, he could use the Stream Deck, and that would help him a lot. But he still doesn't understand OBS. He doesn't understand scenes and shit.
All right. Awesome. Let's continue.
I wish he would stop clearing his throat on stream.
So, all that being said,
disgusting.
Thank you. As I've told you guys many times over the years, really the success of this channel and the success of me as a content creator is due to you. Because I don't have the know-how and
since
the
this day's are slow to crawl, they're all
yeah. I just don't.
Yeah, Jacob, they're all sock accounts. They never like they come in and they don't actually interact in the stream. You know that they're sock accounts.
Big time like that where I
and
pay someone
he is going to be pissed once it figures out that when it comes to the gifted members on YouTube, they have to be watching the stream to be able to accept it.
Like I say, crowdfunding, right?
He is going to be pissed because
I really appreciate you guys helping me.
Bill, you can't call it crowdfunding. That is against YouTube terms of service. You gonna get your ass in big trouble. You do know that, right? Like, it is explicit. Memberships explicitly stated that it is not to be used as crowdfunding. So, it's like, that's why people give rewards for it. Or why they, maybe they only do the emotes and stuff, but you know what they do? They then don't say anything. They kind of let it exist. Like, you can if you want to, but they don't harp on it. Like, you're fucking harping on this shit because you think it's going to boost your metrics. It's like, dude, you've never ever had your metrics fucking boosted. Like, you are dying and you still don't get it. It's the weirdest fucking thing. I've never seen someone who just will not who just refuses to actually, it's like, fucking hell, like, yeah. He needs to be very careful about that because he could lose his monetization if he keeps talking about members as crowdfunding. Because if Susan finds out, they might actually take it away from him.
out. The month of January was a huge month because in the month of January, I basically tried to condition you guys to understand how important engagement is on YouTube, right? Liking a stream that you're watching live. If you're enjoying the stream, give it a like. Watching a video and liking the video on YouTube if you're enjoying it, right? Leaving comments on videos if you're enjoying the videos. These are all things that are huge for engagement on YouTube that make a channel grow. And I already had people come to the streams this month and say, hey, Phil, I haven't watched your stuff in a while. And all of a sudden you showed up in Related as a recommendation. So I clicked and I'm watching again. And some people were like, hey, Phil, I haven't watched your stuff in years. And all of a sudden I saw you in channel search. And I checked out your stuff. And some people were like, man, I never checked out your stuff before. And I was just randomly searching for someone playing Resident Evil or someone playing an open world RPG. Like I searched for Elder Scrolls and all of a sudden you came up. And now I'm checking out your stuff. It's
Phil,
you
Phil,
may think
good
this
guy.
is,
You
like,
know that
not
that's
a big deal. It actually is. Because this is how channels start to get prominent on YouTube. I already had prominence on YouTube. I lost it over the years with various different.
That's on you, Phil. You
trolling and malicious activity.
No, you did it because you decided to go and only do live streaming, and you basically even said that your YouTube was basically an archive. So you did that. Yeah, one person now he's saying I had. Yeah, that's the thing. Like he doesn't get this. Like, dude. And I bet you that one person might not have even been. It's like when they keep saying, "Oh, hi, I've been a fan of yours since the year 1651 or whatever the fuck they say." Like it's not the case. They're saying it to pump up his ego, but the fact is that no, that's not how that fucking works. And he won't even admit that the whole thing with YouTube was his own fault. He didn't do anything. Once he went to live streaming, he just ignored YouTube. He made it an archive, and he spammed people's inboxes, so they basically, turned off the notification icon, and they didn't give a shit. So that's where we're at now.
It's my channel, forcing me to delete videos and other things like false copyright.
Why did they force? No one forced you to delete a video, Phil. You did that, and you fucked that up. You didn't have to delete the video. Like, were they just copyright claiming? Because you could have just let that go, and they would have, and they get some money or whatever. But you deleted those videos, and you lost out on the algorithm. That's on you. And yeah, Valkyrie, yeah, he still spams. He's spamming like, what was it, like 6 or 7 videos a day. His child will believe anything he says. He could kill someone with a smoking gun in his hand. People will believe he didn't do it. Yeah. Well, Jake, remember, that's the people who are still his fans, because I think a lot of his chat are still stealth detractors. I think he does have a number of stealth detractors. But yeah, the thing about it, Jake Kramer, is not that his chat will believe he didn't do it. He'll say he didn't do it. He'll say it enough that he will believe that he didn't do it. Like, the person who is under the most pignosis in DSP's chat is DSP himself. He believes all this instead of that. No, he deleted it because he was short-sighted and his ego was bruised. And as a result, he got thrown off the algorithm. He lost all those views on the algorithm. If he hadn't, he probably would still be somewhat more relevant on YouTube and still be able to get better views. But he can't come to admit that, yeah, a lot of the problems that he has with his own relevance are his own making. He can't do it.
Strikes and the like. But in addition, a lot of it was me. A lot of it was me kind of neglecting this channel because I felt that I wanted to become a full-time streamer and that YouTube had kind of betrayed me. Which, I mean, let's be honest, they did. In 2017, YouTube did 2 things to really, really mess with me. Number one, there was the YouTube adpocalypse, and that wasn't necessarily...
They didn't mess with you personally.
Me, but losing all those advertisers essentially made it impossible to be a live stream, or excuse me, a full-time YouTube content creator anymore. Unless you had, I'm not kidding, unless you get hundreds of thousands of views on every video you put out, you just couldn't make a living doing it anymore, okay? And then on top of that, my side project, which had become very popular in 2016...
Yes, Jay Kramer.
KO Gaming. This was the channel for edited
style
content.
He brought it... Yeah, of course he brought it on
they
himself.
Demonetized it. for no reason. It wasn't like, oh, you did something wrong and here you go. They just decided to blacklist the channel, so every video I uploaded was already demonetized by when it went live. So it was kind of like a double slap in the face. It was like, can't make a living doing gameplay. Oh, my face. And all of a sudden, a hand came from the other direction. Can't make a living doing edited content. Oh, double slap. And then
Get a job, Phil.
Like, oh, just destroyed me. And I said, well,
Did you?
this is how YouTube's going to treat
Phil,
me. I'm not going to focus on YouTube.
Phil, if YouTube was going to do that, why didn't you hide in the bathroom and wait until YouTube went away?
I'm going to go elsewhere. And I did for 5 years. I focused on being a full-time live streamer over on Twitch, right? Well, I guess it was more like 4.5 years. And man, it worked. We built up a nice community there and everything. But during that time when I was focusing solely on Twitch, I basically neglected YouTube. And this is what happened.
And that's your fault.
A channel that at one point was at the top of gaming, then it kind of was mid, then it went way down, right? Like bottom of the barrel. No one thinks of DSP gaming anymore for game stuff.
That's Phil. That's because you don't actually adapt. If people want to watch, like, look at someone, let's say like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, when they do game videos, you know what they do? They have their editors do it. And it's out the next day. It's edited. It's highly polished. They put money into their production value. You know, what have you done? You've made you've made over $1 million in your online career. And this is what you have to try. This video quality. A janky ass webcam. No green screen. A terrible overlay because you refuse to learn how to use scenes in OBS, so you have to manually do everything. The fact that you don't... His clown... Yeah, oh yeah. The clown mode... Well, that's the thing. He clown modes because, you know, he is a child's entertainer. That's what he is, but...
Because I basically was a streamer, okay? And that's my fault. I'll take responsibility for that. You know, you never know with these things.
Yeah, spams 8 to 10 videos a day, begs on stream. And even that,
anyone really
like,
think that Twitch was going to go down the tubes like it did? Seriously, like when I started on Twitch in 2017 full time.
Twitch didn't go down the tubes, Phil. You just got departnered, and that's your own fault.
It was such a different place. It was positive. It was all about the games and everything. And then look how that channel just degraded. How bad that
channel? Twitch isn't a channel, it's a site, Phil. Come on now.
Business got over the years, and how they treat people. They're a bunch of scumbags over there. And it's ridiculous how things change over time, just with management shifts and stuff.
Almost a year later, he will still never admit that, you know what, they departnered him for valid fucking reasons. He won't even, like, even back then, he wouldn't admit that, yeah, the whole 24-hour thing is what got his ass thrown off, you know, one of the things that caused his ass to get thrown off of Twitch. And he still won't admit it. He still won't admit, oh, yeah, that was a bad thing for me to have done. And he's like, no, but I was able to do it for years. No one cared. Yeah. And then the fact is you doxed one of your fans in your mod Discord. People found out. And then Twitch looked at it and said, oh, my God, he's been breaking all these rules. Yeah, he's done. Trunks, I think he actually has been trying. I think since late October, he's been trying to get back into the affiliate. Because I think after 6 months, he was eligible to be an affiliate. So he's been trying to get back there and trying to get them to make him an affiliate. I don't know. I mean, he is basically going to, if he goes back there, he is going to do that and expect to be able to get partner as soon as he walks in the door. Like, he isn't going to want to put the effort into actually getting the views and all that. It's going to be interesting because, yeah, he's going to hate how this gifted membership's going to be. He is probably going to have to want to go back. And then when that happens, YouTube becomes an archival thing because he can't think of doing two things at once. And Jake Kerner, like, I was looking at his God of War 2018 videos, like, they were still 15 minutes. Like, he was still under that impression of, oh, they need to be 10, 15 minutes long. That's like fucking 10 years earlier. He knows the members of SOC his movement screams it. Someone told him ahead of time he's excited to get money from it. It wasn't coffee. Someone questioned, he denied it. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you call anybody who isn't only iced coffee, like he'll basically time out or ban you if if someone donates and you say, oh, thanks, OIC, even if you know it's an obvious sock, he'll ban you because he doesn't want anybody to actually admit that that's the truth. That, yeah, he has only a few people supporting him. And even then, like, OIC, they even said, like, oh, well, he said he was going away. And remember, December, he didn't make the members goal. So I honestly think, I think OIC is starting to run out of money. Or he has to slow down a bit. Yeah, yes, he has very few real fans.
By the way, shout out to Pausen, who has become a channel member.
He has very few real fans. He might not get it. He might not get it. People like
Let's take a look and see how we're doing with channel memberships now.
Yeah, that's the thing. He honestly is mad that PewDiePie used to be a fan of his, and then PewDiePie got... But PewDiePie has charisma. And PewDiePie evolved and made his streams look so much better than Phil does. Like, Phil just... He whines and cries, like, I can't afford it, I can't afford it, I can't afford it. And then he whines that, oh, they have this Hollywood back protector. I'm like, it's not Hollywood. Get a good light, and I mean a good light, not his little Medusa light that he uses to light the office, but get an actual, like, a ring light, or get, like, a 3-light setup for his face, get a very good webcam, move everything so that he is literally sitting at a desk, and all that, so that his chat can be right next to him, all that, so he doesn't have to turn that much. And yeah, PewDiePie, well, of course PewDiePie hates him, because PewDiePie can tell that Phil was crazily jealous of him. Like, Phil's crazily jealous of PewDiePie. I hope I said that right. He's crazily jealous of anybody who is, actually better than him. He is insanely jealous of anybody who's better than him, and he does. DSP just has a shit personality. No, all his limit. There's a limit. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, in a thing where he has to be entertaining, he has a shit personality. It's why, like, he has so many other problems. He's jealous of the money they make, not the people. Well, Trunks, I think that is, but I think he's also, he's jealous because he thinks it should be him. He is jealous of the money, but he then will go and insult the people. And it's like, dude, of course he needs to get rid of the boxes, because well, the boxes are just him flexing.
342!
No, take that, stop that. God damn it.
Yeah, another new record hit. We are climbing today, guys, with only 8 memberships to go.
Oh, yeah, Guy of 2 Names. If he was nicer or more appreciative, he would have more fans. That's the thing.
5 people on the stream and climbing. I know.
It's one of the reasons I think that why he...
see in the chat, your names aren't highlighted. Come on. 8 to go. We could do this. We could hit the goal today. We could unlock a new
Trunks, I hope the toy breaks. I hope the battery dies out, and then he...
Feasting with the king. I want to feast. Look at this face. I want to feast. Come on. Come on.
Hold on. I gotta go back. Come on.
Today, we can unlock a new emote slot. I want to feast. Look at this face.
Look at that. There you go. I got it. Right there. Look at that droop. Look at that fucking droop. Like, I just... Like, Phil, I don't like it, but you need to go to a doctor for that. That's not normal. And I don't remember him having that. Like, that droop didn't exist. Like, Sliced alone has that droop because, they used forceps when he was born. So it had nerve damage. But he therefore had the droop his entire life. This is somewhat fucking recent. Like, dude, you need to go to the doctor. You might have had a mini stroke. And a mini stroke can be recoverable if you get it checked out, but he doesn't want to do it. He is so... He had something happen to him, and he had something... Yeah. I don't think it's Bell's palsy. Yeah, and also, like, that full screen thing is just so awful. But I think it is... I don't know. It's something that is worrying. And he really should, get a doctor to take a look at it. And at least make sure that he didn't have a stroke. Weird how the facial hair on the other side of his droop is disappearing. Yeah, it's not gray. I mean, you can tell it's just yeah. At this point, shave off the goatee. Just have a mustache. The mustache is fine. But he doesn't want to do that.
I want to feast. Come on.
He doesn't understand how
Come on.
disgusting. It's like, dude. Yeah, something definitely happened, and
if that didn't convince you to become a member, I don't know what will. All
like,
right, I've really pulled out all
I
this stuff.
really do think that I fear that one day he's gonna have a heart attack or a stroke on stream, and
all right, let's continue.
What's gonna
so,
happen,
guys?
then?
Thank you for all your support in January. Now, here's why I went crazy in January telling you guys about engagement.
He's a fag.
Because in February, now it's actually going to count. Because in February, we got all these new releases coming out. And if you guys keep doing what you've been doing, liking
his hair has always been thin. Like, even when he had short hair, you take a look, he had a bald spot. It's his fault. His mustache looks more connected in previous streams.
Practice for you, a habit. When I play the new games in February, we are going to see
still
a sharp
white hair.
increase in people checking out DSP Gaming. Well,
it's interesting. Why doesn't he
Maybe they'll come here and find me an obnoxious, disgusting freak, and they'll just leave immediately. But at least they've checked out the channel and given it a chance. And
Phil, did you ever think that maybe rehabbing your image might be a thing? Just instead of saying you've changed, you actually try changing. Because my thing is this: if he keeps saying it's just gray hairs, well, here's the thing. I think I know some people suspect that because of the amount of money that he spends on haircuts. It was like I was in Annalie's stream last night, and I think it was like $90 some odd, which even for him and Kat is pretty high. I think he dyes his hair, which then begs the question: if you dye your hair, why don't you dye your facial hair? Like, if your facial hair was nice and dark, it would look a lot better. I mean, you ever seen, like, on film, like, someone who has, like, actual, naturally blonde hair? It looks like they have no eyebrows. It's basically Saddam Hussein for the South Park movie. Kuga, he is not in bed with the devil. Yeah, buddy, I've changed. No, you know what it reminds me of? Oh, it looks like, there we go. Sorry, I need to change some of the settings on this. I changed some of the chat stuff. I need to figure it out. But yeah, he says he's changed, but he never has. And he never will, because he doesn't understand why he needs to change.
in reality, that's all you can ask for on YouTube is for someone to give you a chance. Because discoverability on YouTube, meaning the ability to find someone's channel on YouTube, is really bad. Let me tell you, it's nearly impossible to find.
Like, every time I hear that, when Phil says he's changed, I just, and this is just me because I played this a long time ago, I just remember the, have you ever played Riven, the Myst sequel, where Gen is saying, I have changed, and yet you look on the island in Riven, and everything kind of makes him look out like to be this god among men, and you're just like, yeah, buddy, you ain't fucking changed. That's what Phil is to me. He is trying to convince you that he has changed, but he won't actually remove the things that kind of show that he hasn't changed.
Find someone's channel on YouTube because there's such oversaturation of content, okay? So, that being said, please keep doing what you're doing. That's all I can ask for. Keep liking the streams, keep liking the videos, keep leaving comments, keep adding to the conversation. All right? Because the more you do, the more you participate and contribute in that way, it will help the channel dramatically. Okay?
I thought that said Stream Deck. I will never understand why Valve decided to call their console the Steam Deck.
Day one playing a new release and everyone's liking the stream. All of a sudden, people are searching for people streaming it. My stream will come up. Oh, let me check this out. Oh God, who's that hideous freak? Close the channel. Close the channel. Okay, but you know.
Yes, you are a hideous freak. Like, I guess this during his pre-stream. Like, oh no!
I believe that there has been a new member. I'm going to confirm if this is true or not. No, we're still at 342. We're still at 342, guys. Okay, don't get too excited.
No one's excited.
Oh God.
Like, he belches all this time, so why is he like, here's my thing. He's still the... Oh, yeah, well.
Man.
Well, Freight Train World,
Sometimes I just get very gaseous.
Well, why do you drink... If you get so gaseous, why do you drink seltzer water? Why not just drink flavored water?
Clown nose and big red wig down here.
There you go. You fucking... Like,
all right, anyway.
Phil, you are a clown.
All right. So, without further ado...
Yeah, Freight Train, yeah. Mute the mic or leave the room.
Okay? What I
But
will do...
here's the problem.
I'll
He
check
doesn't...
one final time on the members count.
The thing is, because he doesn't use his Stream Deck, he doesn't understand, like, the Stream Deck, you can just have a button there, and it just goes mute. Doop. I can do this, like, watch it. I can mute my mic, and then I unmute it. It's just a button. Boop. And it unmutes. You can propel and kind of toying around different flavors. That's the thing. Like, because the thing is, he's got a bottle of seltzer. Then he has a regular water bottle, which is more than likely his gin bottle. Okay, now I got that. Sorry, now he's live. His pre-stream music's on, so I need to keep an eye on that.
Just to make sure that I didn't miss anything and wasn't outdated and didn't update right away. But I think we still are at 342. Which means we have 8 memberships to go to hit the goal for today. And again, today is the final day for us to do this. So it is really the time to rally. If you've been waiting to become a member, now is the time.
Rallying for a member's goal.
Yes, we're still, I just checked. We're still at
multiplayer that he reneged
to
on.
hit the goal for today, and I hope that we can do it.
All this stuff is gin
All
brown.
Right, so,
Freight Train World Order. Gin is not brown. Gin is normally clear.
Do some shout outs here. First of all, thank you to
whiskey
Kelly
might be
Ball,
brown. Gin is also meme. We don't know what he drinks. It might be whiskey.
Who all became channel members today.
But I believe that he probably mixes a drink. It's probably not straight alcohol, because we would know if it was straight alcohol, because you would have a visceral reaction when he drinks something.
I think someone was trying to make. Someone is basically trying to make like sock accounts, and then they're trying to become members, but it's not working. Like they're doing this, and then I'm checking, and the membership count isn't going up. So I think what's happening is they're gaming the system or something to make it look
is
like
a gin man?
Yes,
I don't.
It's not counting. I keep checking.
I couldn't remember if gin was his drink of choice or whatever. I can't.
Oh, no, in this case it did go up now. So now we're at 343. We are at 343 members.
But yeah, gin is actually clear.
To hit the monthly goal every
So, like...
Yes, we're that close. 343 members and climbing.
Water's too muggy looking.
Please consider becoming a member
muggy
today.
Looking.
It's the last chance for us to hit the members goal. We're at 343 members.
Trunks, are you talking about the water in the seltzer bottle or in the thermos?
We'll be doing a fun marathon and a feasting with the king within the next couple of weeks in February. I'm very excited for this. I want to do it, but we need to hit that members goal. With all the benefits that you get for becoming a member, please consider becoming a member. I can't imagine why anyone wouldn't want to be a member of this channel, because the membership really benefits both the channel and you. You get so much for it. I'm really, just become a member right now if you could. If you, anything you could do to become a member, please do it. Okay.
Phil, you're not Eminem. This ain't fucking Rap God.
In
the bottle.
It was today, and I changed it yesterday.
See, I don't.
Yeah, I knew that.
I also don't know if it's
I wanted to end on a a strong note.
Sometimes I think he
So,
reuses
Skyrim.
bottles.
And number two,
So
we're
I don't
trying to
know.
get the
I
members
mean,
goal for the
brown
month,
thing in this
and I
water
figured
bottle
more
during.
people would probably show up and actually be incentivized.
I mean,
to
for
become members by
it's
playing Skyrim, so
it could have been
that's why we
whiskey. It also
changed
could be coffee. I know
All right,
he
anyone
claims
saying
to
the
drink
intro
coffee.
Troll is going to get timed out. Seriously, anyone who says that the intro video is a troll video, you're just going to get timed out, and you say I'm just going to ban you because you're stupid.
Like, they had a fucking pachinko machine, which is fucking gambling in Japan, and Street Fighter V, and the incident. What the fuck, dude? Come on. Anyone would have figured that
Literally
shit
anything
out.
that happens on this video will
Jesus.
say, oh, that's a troll thing. Okay, fuck you. Really. And like I said, this is just the silly first attempt. I want to have maybe different intros that I'll rotate around on the pre-stream as well. But it's all about people submitting stuff. If you're interested in submitting an intro for the pre-stream podcast, please do. Oh no, that's very positive. It's very positive that when people try to spin shit into something toxic or negative that's not, that I can spin it into something that says fuck you.
Through
I'm not going to put up with your toxicity. I'm just going to get rid of it from my stream.
Well,
it's very.
I don't know.
It's
I
a
mean,
very positive way to handle
Trunks,
it.
it's
a very mature way to handle it. Just say cut it out.
the reason it's
rather than sit
possible
here
just
aggressive
because
and spewing your toxic bullshit,
Stay
trying to
Glow for
derail
that,
my
doing
fun,
that intro.
I just
Yeah.
get rid of you. It's a
yeah,
very
big
easy,
ups,
simple
Stay
solution.
Glow for the intro. I mean,
Okay.
Trunks, it does make me wonder if he
Again.
goes to the grocery store, gets the same stuff.
Please, today, if you can,
even though
become a
he's
member.
not-
We only need 7 more members to hit the membership goal.
Yeah, like
How
think
sad would it
I,
be
I
if
think
we're
that what he
7
does
away?
is
We're this close and we don't hit it. Come on.
I honestly think he doesn't drink straight gin. I think that he mixes it with something. You know, whether it's like gin and Sprite or something. But yeah, no, he's. I mean, think about it. He had a fucking gin tweet at like what, 2 a.m. his time. Like, hold on, let me take a look at this. It was like. Yeah, 5:28 a.m. my time, which would have been 2:28 his time. Like, how much of a loser to actively follow me and rejoice when I don't do well tip-wise? I was like, I'm like,
Come on.
he is just,
As I said that,
everything is
Sub
living in his
Rotate's
head rent-free.
Joker just became a channel supporter. Now, they had already previously been a supporter, so I don't know if this will count as just a renewal or if it'll actually count as a new one towards the channel. I'm about to check right now. $344. Guys, we're 344
I think I'm gonna
members,
have to
the most we've ever
change
had
the
here.
font
That means
size
in one
of
day,
Phil's stream.
in
I'll
one
have to,
day.
I need to
right?
futz
We went
around
from
with the
334 being the record to 344
with the
being
font
record.
size for the chat. I
Excellent.
made it a
Thank
little
you guys
bigger
for the
because it
support.
was.
Now we're really
there,
close.
but, you know, I
now
don't-
we're really, it's a nail biter. Now you're. Are we gonna hit it? Are we gonna do it?
Yeah, Trunks. Yeah, drinking gin and watching it. Well,
6
what
more
was
to
it?
go.
Annalie actually said he could prove
6 more.
Phil actually was in his stream at one point
All right.
because his Streamlabs currency thing
No, the truth is, I usually
showed
don't
that
check.
Phil
The truth
had
is I usually
been there
between
and had
streams,
gotten
I
at
would
least
check to
a
see how members if they went up or down.
point.
But since we're so close today,
in
obviously
the
we wanna
chat thing,
celebrate and hit it.
he
So I'm
need
gonna
timeout
be checking
people for
every time I see
saying
a new member, I'm gonna be
talking about
checking.
football during game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's so weird how he
And the
doesn't
other cool thing
understand.
about
It's like,
this is
what
this
the
actually
fuck,
is real
man?
growth. This is not.
No, it's
oh,
not real growth.
Someone dumped a bunch of gifted memberships on the channel because there are no gifted memberships. These are people actually becoming members. So this is excellent. Thank you guys. Wow, we got 2 more memberships. We got G Million and Beware of Bob, who just became members. Let's see how we're doing. Ooh, let's see how
They're
we're
all
doing.
soccer counts.
I'm excited.
There is
Hope you
no
guys are
organic
excited
growth
too.
because your
We
view
do.
count doesn't go up.
Oh,
You're not
how we do.
engaging. It's
These members be true.
yeah, like God.
The
Why would you?
numbers will grow. Oh please, let's hit the goal. Wow, Love Me Do remix there. 346.
That's not a remix, dude.
We did it.
No, that's you singing badly.
346. We didn't do it yet. We're close. I'm so excited. 346, guys.
We
Thank you
didn't
so
do it
much.
yet.
4
That's what
more
he said to
members
Leanna
go,
every
and then
night.
We hit the monthly goal. You could do it. Put that click into it.
I kind of like
could do
being
it.
in chats with smaller.
Join right now. Just do it.
Well, that's fine too.
Yes,
I mean,
it's
I
very
like
musical,
I
too.
like a lot of restreamers. Not the
Yes.
biggest Dark Dave's Mirror fan just because
Now, hold on, because it looks like that was a membership.
all the soundboards sometimes drown out Phil, so I kind of personally prefer if I'm like raw DSP. But the fact is that
I don't trust automation. I don't trust robots. It's like the movie I, Robot. I'm afraid that if I automate my
Gotcha News, that's the thing. If he goes back to Twitch with bot activity, they will deny him partnership.
Taking up the whole screen.
But I mean, my thing about DDM is like, listen, if you like it, dude, go for it. I got no problem with it. It's like,
completely overrun the channel.
Go for it.
Okay.
I like Frog and Peace. Frog and Peace. I like and late when he does it because he's always fun, and Booba's always appreciated.
Here we go. 348. We are at 348 supporters. 348. Very nice.
There's not many people. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, that's the thing that really just shows you that they're all sock accounts because they never talk.
Now, how would you
and
know?
It's so fucking obvious.
350, but then 10 people tried to be 350, and you end up being 354. Very disappointing, right?
Well, thank you, Got Your Names. I try to, and
all right, we have 348
right now I'm just
members.
trying to make sure that I can.
Two to go, just one, and then one more. Uno, dos, double dos, 350. See, that's how it works.
The chat doesn't show emotes that well.
Wow.
Oh, nope. Hold on.
All right.
Nope. We're gonna hear.
By the way, thank you all.
Fuck you, Phil.
Thank you all for the support. This is outstanding.
Sorry, we had to hear some Evangelion intro. Fuck yeah. Love me some Evangelion intro. I think Joan Jay. It's not worth it to reach. Like, my thing is that.
This is amazing because, by the way, like a week ago, everyone thought it was unreachable. Everyone was like, "Nah, January's a dead month. We're not getting any numbers, so there's no way we're hitting."
That's the thing. Like,
Malcolm has tipped $1.
That soundboard would sound so much better if he actually hooked.
I mean, yeah, it's basically the cost of a cup of coffee. Actually, it's less.
Oh my god.
Because to become a member is $4, $3.99.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I just thought of it. Cup of a coffee. Oh my god. Now I'm just thinking of someone doing a Benetton ad for Phil. It's like, oh, you see this man living in squalor, having to beg for money on YouTube, but for the price of a cup of coffee per month, you can give him money. Now I just want to see somebody. I can't do it, but I want to see someone do a fucking Benetton ad for DSP.
And I want to say I get like 60% of that. So I think I get like 250.
Phil, don't talk about don't talk about that. Seriously, Susan's not going to like it if you start talking about that shit. Like, you do not want Susan to hear about that.
50 out of that or something like that, which is exactly what I used to get for memberships on Twitch. Only it's cheaper for you guys here. But yeah, $2.50, you can't even buy a cup of coffee anymore. Can't. Yeah, it's kind of messed up, huh? All right, we need 2 more members. We need 1 member here and 1 member here. You slap them together, that becomes 2. You add 2 to the total, it's 350. So
yeah, like, cause that's like, it's a big TOS violation. Like, that's one of the things, like, he better hope that Twitch will forgive him, even though he talked a lot about bits and things like that. Because because that shit's TOS violation. Like,
well, you don't just do it because it's cheap. All right.
I'm gonna
speak for yourself, says White Guy. Speak for yourself. Zip. Here we go. Oh,
oh my god. Shut the fuck up, Phil.
What is going on?
Phil, fuck off.
Come on. We gotta relax.
And that's not that. God. I really dislike the fact that he likes to laugh at his own fucking jokes.
Wolverine action figure just became a channel supporter. Thank you to the Wolverine action.
Dude, how do you not know that Wolverine action figure is a fucking troll? Jesus fucking Christ, dude. You know what? No, I'm gonna... Yeah, he has no... And this is the thing, it's like, dude, all this shit is...
Figure. Oh my god.
He's still on his intro thing. I'm gonna see if I can get this done.
Excuse me. So let's see how many members we have now. We have gone off the fucking rails. No, we're still at 348. We are still at 348 members. The Wolverine action figure was a red herring. It didn't count. Much like when I was told by my parents I was going to receive the Wolverine action figure for Christmas and I didn't, the Wolverine action figure membership was fake. It was just empty promises. It did not count. We're only at 348. Wow. Wow. There you go. Grandmaster Freemason said, there's no way you believe this is organic, right? Actually, personally, I don't think that organic is good. Organic is just it's a fabrication by these weirdos who think that just because you're not putting, like, food chemicals in the food to prevent pests and bugs and things, that is better. There's absolutely no scientific evidence that says that. In fact, using growth hormone is actually a good way to produce more food and actually feed the world. So this whole organic movement is bullshit. There's no scientific evidence saying that organic is better than non-organic. So I don't buy into that. All right?
Oh my god, what the fuck, Bill?
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much for the overwhelming amount of support on today's pre-stream. Obviously, you know, it looks like we will very likely hit the members goal today, but I don't want to delay gameplay. You know, I want to get started on time, so I'm actually going to get ready here to get started. So now Grandmaster Freemason says, you don't actually believe these new members are individual people. I reworded it for you. What are you saying? You believe in human cloning? Wow. I mean...
He means they're sock accounts. He means you're going to have the same issue a month later. And yeah,
I've heard
Phil's
that
just
they've
deflecting.
been doing some interesting research there with sheep and stuff.
My God.
But I certainly haven't heard anything about human cloning actually working. If you have evidence of this, please provide it. That's incredibly disturbing. I think we need to notify places like maybe some governments or the World Health Organization. Seriously, we got to get that going. Anyway, clown. Now he called me a clown. But no, you missed that segment. That was earlier. That's when I put the Pokeball up like this, so I had a nice red nose. I don't understand what you're trying to say. You're a little off today. Okay.
He knows what he's saying. He's just totally deflecting.
Guys, I think it's time to end the pre-stream. Thank you very much. And I appreciate everything. Let's end the pre-stream and let's get started with Skyrim. And maybe when I actually play a game, perhaps we will actually get more members and contributions. Because keep in mind, other things are important too. You know, tips and everything.
Yeah.
But we're so close to the members goal. Right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Of course, organic's better because the fact is that some of those pesticides, unfortunately, are a little bit.
I should have not said that at all. Man.
Problem is those organics. Think about those pesticides; they might actually be harmful to you, and you don't know.
I heard
it's kind of like high fructose corn syrup. You just want regular.
Just became a channel member. I'm gonna check to see if that counted as a new membership. And then we're going to get started.
Think about this. Think about if you actually just re-upped your membership and he's like, oh, it's not a real... Or it's like, oh, no, it's...
Yes. We're at 349 members.
He's still...
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for a great pre-stream podcast. All right, let's swap over, everybody. I'm on break now. No, I'm not. Get that out of there. I'm not on break. We're going to start playing.
Yeah.
There we go. Wait, where did I click?
Oh, freight train. Yeah. that won't.
Thing.
He's the pig rich.
That's it?
He'll
That was it.
he'll survive
Yeah,
that.
I think I'm too small.
Okay, I'm
Too
gonna.
small now. So yesterday everyone was complaining I was too big. But now
No
I'm
one
too
is
small.
going to be
Increase my
complaining.
size.
Well, actually, Leanna might be complaining that you're too small. I'm gonna try that. Ah, damn it!
Normally, you say Phil's increasing in size, people run for the hills.
The fucking font. I lost the font. Oh.
On this stream, you know, sometimes it's a good thing. Okay. Jay
Oh wow.
Netterhead just became a channel supporter. Thank you to Jay Netterhead.
Oh well. Oh well. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Whatever. Yeah, everything Philly's
We did
soaked
it.
in soybean oil. That's the thing. It's like organic is. Here's the thing. Phil's still on his intro music,
Groovy.
so.
We did it.
Oh shit, he's back.
350. We've hit it. We did it. We hit the goal. It was definitely a
Nope.
interesting
Looks like he's
endeavor,
on.
but we've done it, guys. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for the support. Nice. Oh, here. It's been pretty tumultuous. Not necessarily my streaming schedule, but what
Shit,
actually is
I missed when
happening
you came
on the
in. I don't
streams.
know.
Can Jasper be on a stream? Will he not be on a stream? When is he able to be in here?
What the
right?
hell? What's my VLC?
And the answer I've always given you guys is
Yeah.
pretty straightforward. If my wife is home, the door is closed because this house is like a giant cavernous echo chamber. If I'm downstairs and I'm talking, someone upstairs can hear me. If I'm up here in the office talking and the door's open, someone all the way downstairs at the other end of the house can hear me. That's how the house was designed. It's an open air house. Which
It's
is
a
nice, by
condo,
the way.
Phil.
Keeps the air
It's not-
basically nice and not stagnant or anything like that. You know, the more enclosed and tight spaces you have, the more stuffy.
Let me know if I need to up his audio.
But my wife's work schedule has been all over the place in the last year, quite frankly. Frequently
Okay.
changed shifts, job responsibilities, schedules. And because of that, even days of the week she works has shifted dramatically over the last year many, many times. And because of that, it's hard to maintain a steady schedule. I don't know exactly what day off I'm going to have every week. And we don't know what days Jasper can actually be in here. And you might say, well, why does that affect with Jasper being in the office? Well, because Jasper will only be in here when the door's open. I mean that. Jasper's the kind of cat that he likes having freedom. So if he's in the office with me and I close the door, he will run to the door and immediately do everything in his power to find a way to open it. Paw the door, making tons of noise, jumping, trying,
Like,
he
how can he make
absolutely
noise
positively
pawing the
hates
door? He doesn't have
being
claws.
enclosed in areas.
He doesn't have
It's the
claws,
thing he
buddy.
hates the most. He wants that freedom of knowing he can move all about in the house. So, if this door ain't open, Jasper's not in here. He would constantly be doing noise and doing things to distract, and I would never be able to actually play any games or stream anything if I had the door
Aw.
closed. Okay.
Well, maybe
So,
interact with him.
My wife has begun a new work schedule again, and we don't know if it's going to be set in stone, and we don't know exactly what days she'll be working. But with this new work schedule, okay, she's not here during the daytime again. So Jasper would be able to join me on some daytime streams, okay? Not every day, but some days, okay? And so we'll see moving forward how this works. As you guys know, Jasper tends to want attention, and if he doesn't get the attention that he craves, he does one of two things. He either tries to distract me to get the attention he wants, or he leaves and goes to sleep somewhere else in the house. So I wouldn't be surprised
No,
if
it's almost as if
later, when I actually start playing Dying
Phil,
Light 2 on today's gameplay portion of the
it's
stream,
almost as
he
if
jumps
the
in front of
cat
TV and
wants
tries to get attention. Now, what I've
actual
been doing
attention.
is ignoring that. I basically pretend like he's not there, and usually within 5 to 10 minutes, he realizes, oh, Phil's not just going to drop everything to give me the attention I'm craving. I'll move on and I'll do something else.
There we go. I like
I'm
that.
able to get back to streaming and not really be distracted. In fact, a lot of the times that he's done it in the last couple of months, I didn't even tell you guys or react to it at all.
That's
so that way
better.
he would just move on. Ultimately, that's how cats are. Cats do something to get behavior, or an expected behavior, an expected response.
God, that pre-stream
from the owner.
podcast looks
And if they
so
don't get the
bad.
response
Like,
they're looking for, then they move
it's
on to
obvious
something else.
the
So right
Mario
now,
type sprites and the Sonic type
Jasper
sprites just
is
don't look
pawing the
well
wire
together.
on my headphones, which I'm going to say, Jasper, don't do that. Don't paw that wire. It's okay if you want to mess around a little bit, but if you start biting, now you're going to start damaging my equipment and hurt yourself because it's all electrified. See? He's looking for a response. Likely what'll happen is he'll chill in here for a little bit during the pre-stream podcast, maybe even jump up on the chair, but he'll probably take off and go to sleep somewhere else and then maybe come back later.
It's because you won't give him attention,
Jasper,
Phil.
that is not a toy.
That's why.
Hey, that's not a toy. He's doing it again. No,
Like, Phil, he doesn't... He's a cat. He doesn't understand English. You need to use more forceful language. You need forceful tone. He understands your tone, but he thinks, oh, you're playing.
What a nut. First day back, of course. Here we go. So anyway, that being said, Jasper will be able to be in here for the entirety of the first stream today. We'll see how it goes. I think what'll happen is if I get into a set schedule, then Jasper will get used to it and know how to behave. The thing is that over the last year, there has been nothing set. It's constantly changing. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not. When he's here, he doesn't know how to behave. You know what I'm saying? So, would you stop the pulling of the wire? Stop that. Stop pulling that wire. What are you doing? He's doing it again. That's him. Tickle you. Get you. Suplex you. Across the office. Flying kitty suplex across the office right now. Let's do it. A suplexing twist. Ever seen a flying kitty twisting in midair after a back release suplex? You're about to see it.
Phil, do not suplex your fucking cat.
I joke, of course. I don't do anything like that with him.
You better not. Don't joke about that kind of stuff.
No, we actually box. I'm not even kidding. We box. So he'll want to
Yeah,
play,
he probably kicks
and
your
he'll start
ass
going
if he
like
did
this.
that.
So I put up my dukes, and I start going like this, and he'll start hitting my hands, and we go back and forth. I try to hit him, and he tries to hit me. We actually box. I'm not kidding. He's a boxing kitty.
Yeah.
We just got to figure out where the kitty circuits are so we can put him up in competition, see if he can win the title. But he's pretty good at what he does.
Here's something, Phil. Take your boxes
People are now-
off and
they
put
don't
a
believe me, I
bed
guess. I don't know.
on
I don't know
there.
why you guys
And then
believe
just
me.
put Jasper up there.
Box.
Jasper might like
Ah, I
that.
bit my foot.
Everyone's... Good. I hope he
Bit
drew
my foot.
blood.
How dare you? Oh my goodness.
I hope he drew
Anyway.
blood.
So, stop biting my ankle. Stop biting my ankle, you nut. He's all excited now. You know what I might have to do? I might have to get the twisty. Keep in mind, he hasn't been in here in many, many weeks, right? It's been like 2-3 weeks, I think, since he's been in here. So I might actually have to get the twisty to get him to stop being so hyper. Because you are very hyper right now, buddy. He's very excited to be in here again. Okay, anyway. So all that being said, he'll be in here and having some antics, and that's perfectly fine. You may see him, you may not see him during the stream, the gameplay. We'll see how he behaves. You know, it all depends. Likely, I know what'll happen. Eventually, he's going to get bored. He's going to go to sleep. He goes to the bed and goes to sleep on the bed.
Wow.
In the bedroom.
So even he thinks your shit's boring,
So
Phil.
anyway, that's one thing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today, we're continuing on with Dying Light 2. All right?
That's good.
And I
I
have a lot
will.
to say. I want to talk about, number one, the first gameplay session yesterday and how it went and, you know, what I actually think of the game up to this point. And then I want to talk about the stream itself, how the stream went. And I hate to say it, but I want to address overall public reaction to the stream because, all right, I won't even get to it. We'll talk about it when I get to it, okay?
Oh, we got copium coming.
And then tonight, we're going to be doing something different, Game Pass night, where the games that you're currently voting on will be played. And at this point, I think we know what games are going to be played, and we'll talk about that in a moment because the poll is 100% skewed in these two particular directions for two games. So it looks like they're finally going to get played, which is good. Tomorrow is going to be pretty good, all right? Because tomorrow, it's going to be the final major stream of Skyrim, all right? Why is it the final major stream of Skyrim? Am I stopping the gameplay?
No, he's going to put it on the
The
chill
gameplay of
stream.
Skyrim will continue. But Skyrim is now going to go from early on streams, major 3+ hour streams, to late night chill streams of 2-hour increments, okay? Why? Because there's too many new games coming out. I'm playing Dying Light 2 now, all right? As of Tuesday, Sifu is out. So now I'm going to be balancing between Dying Light 2 and Sifu kind of every other day. The night streams then will be Skyrim and Pokemon. All right. A week after, we've got the King of Fighters 15. And then the day after King of Fighters 15, we got Horizon Forbidden West. Both games are going to be incredibly lengthy, ridiculous amounts of content. Right. So I need the day streams for these games. I love Skyrim. I don't want to stop playing Skyrim. I think it's an outstanding playthrough so far. And I think that it's going to get better even the further in we go, because I haven't really done any of the guilds.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be fucking... Especially because it's vanilla Skyrim. No one wants to play vanilla Skyrim.
Thieves Guild, Brotherhood, Nothing like that. I haven't decided if I'm going to be Stormcloaks or Imperials. I haven't even advanced with the main plot yet, right? With the Blades.
If you haven't advanced the plot,
So we got a ton to do in this game. It's going to take forever. Seriously, it's going to be one of the longest playthroughs. Oh, by the way, all the DLCs are included too. So, I'm going to keep it up, but it's going to be night streams. I hope that's okay with all you guys. I know I've been playing it now as a main stream for about a month and a half. I know it's going to be a change, shifting that to the night streams and everyone getting used to it now being a late stream instead of an early stream, but I think we'll eventually get used to it for the time being. Thing is, I don't want to stop playing it. I'm really enjoying myself playing it. It's one of the most enjoyable playthroughs I've done in a while, so I don't want to be like, oh, too many new releases completely on hiatus. I think that would actually be detrimental to everybody, okay?
Yeah, he
So I guess
wants
we'll
it on
see
the
what
night
happens.
stream
If I
because
have
it's
to do it, I
basically
have
going to
to
be
do
his
it.
new
But for now, I wanna keep it in the
Lost
rotation,
Judgment.
okay? So tomorrow is the final major stream of Skyrim before it becomes a late night stream. And then tomorrow night, the late stream will be Pokemon Legends Arceus. We'll resume our Pokemon playthrough, okay? I'm off on Monday
For sure.
in order to run errands and do everything things I need to do the one day a week that I have off from streaming. And then when I come back on Tuesday, it's the premiere of Sifu, and that'll be balanced with a late night stream of Skyrim. Then on Wednesday, it'll either be more Sifu or Dying Light 2, and the late stream will be Pokemon, and so on and so forth, okay? Cool. Hope that sounds good to everyone. Before we
Does it
get into
really
discussion
matter?
about Dying Light 2, a few odds and ends. Yesterday, we actually hit the record number high of members that I ever had on DSP Gaming, 359 members. That's great. Already, not even a week into the month, we've already advanced past the amount, the record amount that I had for January. By the
Okay.
way, a quick update on
Like,
the
why do
celebratory
you-
goal for January, which is a Game Pass marathon. It's likely going to happen next weekend. I can't 100% guarantee you
Joy.
the date and time yet.
Joy.
What I'm waiting on is to hear the work schedule from my wife. She is supposed to be getting her new work schedule in the next few days, so we know
Mhm.
exactly what day she's working. Because what I'd like to do is possibly schedule it for a day she'll be home, so that way when I get the food for Feasting with the King, she can also try it. That's been one of the awesome things that's been with Feasting with the King is usually I do it for a day when she's home from work, and that way she can actually try the cuisine. with
She
me,
won't actually
which
be
is really
on
neat,
the
so we can
stream.
Try the cuisine together for the first time. But if it can't work, it can't work. But I won't know till I have her schedule. So that's actually what I'm waiting on before I actually schedule in this Game Pass Marathon. What is the Game Pass Marathon? It's a day that I'm going to be doing all Game Pass games. Some will likely be games we've already played and you guys want to see them continued. Someone already suggested why not finish the Forgotten City and do the final ending then. Kind of makes sense. But all other games may be brand new Game Pass games we haven't even tried out yet. So it's a good variety. We could play like maybe 4+ games during this marathon event, plus live Feasting with the King, where I'll be ordering cuisine and trying it for the very first time live on stream with all of you, which is really cool. Okay?
We're going to have him talk about
So,
robust and
that's coming.
flavorful.
All right. It is coming. And I will let you all know when I actually have the date and time scheduled for that marathon event. It should be a good one. And I know people will be excited to break up the ongoing new release, though, because keep in mind, the rest of this week is either Sifu or Dying Light 2 on the main streams, so to have a little bit of breaking up from that is probably going to be a good thing. Okay, cool. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else in general that I want to hit upon, housekeeping-wise, before we resume with what I want to talk about. I guess the one thing that I will say is, thanks to everyone who's been helpful in any way over the last few weeks. As you know, I'm trying to rebrand DSP Gaming this year, which means I'm trying to get all kinds of new refreshing stuff. An intro to
Like
the
what?
podcast,
Oh.
new artwork.
Oh, please tell me you have a new intro.
New animation,
Show me you have a new
etc.
intro.
And so,
Yeah.
if anyone wants to take a stab at doing some fan art, at doing
Oh
a new
my God.
animation for the stream for contributions that
fuck
will pop
you.
up when people contribute, etc., by all means, please do. And email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com. Okay, already we've had people taking stabs at new intros, outros, and all kinds of stuff, and I really appreciate that. I'm sure you guys have
Oh my
noticed that
God,
on the
his
stream.
intro.
And I'm looking
Sorry,
forward to
I apologize.
seeing
We
what you
missed
guys
his
come up with.
his
In
pre-stream
particular,
podcast intro.
this
It was
one,
the second
Dying
one.
Light 2,
It's still the
Sifu,
troll one.
Fighters
You know,
15,
the
Horizon
8-bit
Forbidden
troll
West,
one.
and Elden Ring. There's a
It's
lot
like-
to work with. And as you've seen, there's already some new fan art added to the stream for those games. I would absolutely...
He still has a
excuse me,
fucking
be
troll one.
looking for and
Yeah,
being
for free.
appreciative.
Jake Herman, not only
Want
for free,
to
but I guarantee you
possibly
more than
try
likely
to do
without a
some
shout
kind of,
out.
you know,
Like
things
you're
for
not going to
streams
get anything
with those
for
games
it.
in mind.
Not
Okay?
even a thank
So,
you.
Thanks in advance. And awesome. Good stuff. Okay? Now also, thank you all for the engagement. And what I mean by that is thank you for those who are watching this stream live.
Wait,
Put a like on the stream.
the
Thank you
chat
for those watching
paid
the videos on
2
demand on
months'
YouTube
salary for
and putting
Phil?
a like on the video.
Aww.
Thanks for those leaving comments. Okay? This is all
You
helping.
can have a
Yesterday,
wife instead of a
Dying Light
horse.
stream, Dying Light 2 had good views, great engagement, and I ended up being in the top 5 streamers on YouTube for the game. That's
No
good.
shout outs.
Undoubtedly, yesterday, some people came to the stream, discovered it for the first time, but couldn't talk because it's subscriber-only mode. It's a 24-hour sub-only mode.
Yeah.
So I said, hey guys, if you subscribe tomorrow, you can talk. Maybe some of those people will actually be able to talk during today's stream.
And some of
I
them
can tell you this,
probably then just decide, fuck that, and
subscribers
went
did go
somewhere
up
else.
yesterday. Okay, I can track that stuff. And yes, during the Dying Light 2 stream, I got a bunch of subs, which is excellent. So this is what I mean. This is exactly how DSP Gaming can grow. I'm playing
Phil,
a new
you
game.
do know that
People
all
are
that stuff
engaged in
is
the
just
stream for the new
socks.
game. They
Very
like
few
the
people
stream.
are actually
people searching
liking
for
the
that
stream.
game now find my stream on YouTube.
Especially
come
because
check
a
it
lot
out,
of
and now we
people
got a few more people coming. You see,
prefer
this is how
to
it works. And this is
stream
just
on
the beginning,
Twitch
because this is
instead
just
of
the first
YouTube.
game of
At least in
February
America.
out of the many hot new releases
Other
coming out
places
this
I
month.
don't know.
So, excellent. I'm very excited for the future, and thank you guys for that buy-in, and thank you very much for everything. Really, like, it's really cool to see people come and enjoy the content, and now newcomers actually discovering it, because that never used to happen. No one would find DSP Gaming in any search results or anything. You never find me playing a game. And now people are actually starting to find it again. Okay? Curious to see today how that continues. Because here's the thing. Let's be honest here. Moving forward, it'll be interesting to see how much you can retain on a playthrough. Right? Yesterday, you had that initial curiosity. What is Dying Light 2? Is it any good? So we had like 400 or 500 people on the stream most of the day watching. Will we have that many today? Probably not. I think we'll actually dip a bit. And that's okay, because most people will have either seen that initial amount of gameplay they wanted to see and they know what the game is, or they're probably playing it themselves, and maybe they'll come tune in once they're further in the game. We'll see what happens. But I am, very excited for the future, because that was the very first time that I actually had tried something like this and said, hey, give me some engagement, please, on that release stream. And immediately I saw an uptick in subs. I was like, oh, there's people coming in and discovering. This is good.
You had to beg
course,
for
this is just the tip
engagement.
of the iceberg. It's just
Most folks
random
don't
game
have
in
to
Dying
fully
Light 2. The
beg.
bigger games are coming out much later this month, right? Pretty cool.
Most
Okay.
folks don't have to
So, ladies and
beg
gentlemen,
for that kind of engagement.
let us now
It just happens.
talk about Dying Light 2. All right? First of all, let's talk about the premiere stream and what I think about the game after the premiere stream. Okay? So the premiere stream was 3 hours long, 3 hours of gameplay, that is. You start off in the woods, which is unexpected. Dying Light 1 took place entirely in a city. So the fact that you're in the woods to start is kind of, whoa, off-putting. The graphics are quite good when you're in the woods. The lighting is really nice. Your shadow looks like a real human shadow, which is kind of jarring because most games to this day still don't have great shadows, and this game does, okay? So, you're in the woods. You're meeting up with someone who apparently has information for you. You meet up at a mansion, and immediately the game's dark tones hit you because you're at basically a large, house in the woods where there was a party held when, I guess, whenever this zombie pandemic was starting, and all these people committed mass suicide. They all took drugs, pills to kill themselves off because they didn't want to become zombies. And you see the body
I could
after
see that.
body, and some of them actually have like notes
Yeah.
that they wrote, and you're reading through. It's actually quite depressing and actually moving, actually. And an interesting
Aw,
way
you're
certainly to
crying
start
now.
the game off. Then you find
You're
out,
getting gunk
well,
out of your eyes.
you're after some contact. You're looking for some guy from your past, and apparently he's in the city.
Zombie
You got a lead on
yeah.
him, okay? So you've got to now go from the woods to the city, and you're learning the basic traversal techniques of using the parkour and stuff, how to climb and things like that while you're getting to the city. After about an hour of this segment, you're now in the sewers. You're trying to find a way to sneak into the city, and you run into a bunch of bandits. The bandits are beating the shit out of your informant that are supposed to tell you where the guy is that you're looking for, and so you have to save him. You learn the basics of combat now. So you go through this combat tutorial where you're parrying, and you learn your first ridiculous ability, parry attack, run and hurdle over the enemy, and do a ridiculous flying drop kick to someone on the other end of the room.
I mean, it
But
sounds
not
like
just
a
any
parry
drop kick.
counter.
When you hit the person with
I
the
don't
drop kick,
understand.
a giant gallon of blood explodes out of their body as if like you just stabbed them with two giant knives and then pulled the knives out and just blood squirted everywhere. That's the dropkick animation.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds
And
fun.
It's pretty ridiculous.
I like
quite
fountains of
frankly.
blood.
It is. It's pretty ridiculous, and to put it mildly, it's over the top. It's silly, but I think that what they're trying to do is make the combat a little bit more interesting, and I'll get the feeling there'll be way more kind of wacky combat abilities unlocked over the course of the game. Okay. I guess we'll have to see.
It's a zombie game.
As we get further in.
That's
but
the thing.
basically
That's the thing that kind of gets
just
you. It's
the
like, oh,
beginning
it's a
of the
zombie
game
game,
has
though.
this
I don't know if I
wacky
want to.
melee combat ability. Okay, so you save the informant. The informant gives you the information. He gives you a key that says, "Oh, this key will open up everything in the city for you." But I don't want the person you're looking for to have it. This person who you're looking for apparently did human experimentation on you when you were a child, and also on many other people. And apparently, this person is some kind of a position of power and is messing up stuff for the survivors. So your informant gives you this key and says, keep it secret, keep it safe, like the Ring of Mordor, you know, the One Ring. And he says, yes, you know, I wish you luck in tracking down your guy or whatever. And then he dies. So now you finally get into the city.
Oh,
You get
yeah,
bit by
yeah.
an
I'll turn him up a little
so now
bit.
you're like, uh-oh, am I going to turn or what? What's going to happen? You run into a guy who inexplicably saves you from being lynched. Yes, as soon as you arrive in the
How's
city,
that?
people want to lynch you because you're infected. Oh, great. What a nice welcome, right? But inexplicably, some guy you've never met before saves you and then gives you an injection and says this injection will help you to recover. But in reality, what it does is starts giving you like power-ups. Like I guess these injectors you're going to find in the game, and they're actually going to give you things like health upgrades, stamina upgrades, and more abilities the more you find. And I guess what you use the key that you were given by your informant is actually the key that opens the boxes to get these upgrade injections or whatever. Okay, so you're in the city. Can you start playing the game yet? No. Now, by the way, I should say at this time we're about 2 hours into the game already. All right, and we still haven't actually played the game. We're still in this extended introduction segment. Okay, so
Really?
now here we go again. Now you can't play the game yet. Why? Well, because in this city, I think it's called Vallejo or Vallejo or something. I can't remember the name of it. In order to
Didn't
really
you
do
play it
anything or get
yesterday?
anywhere,
How do you
you
forget?
need to have an ID bracelet that shows that you're not currently getting infected. All right? In this game, the lore is everyone's infected, but you can stave off infection by staying in UV light.
Stave,
whether that
not
means the
stab.
sunlight, or actually having an ultraviolet light, like a light bulb, on you. That'll kill off the infection and stop it from taking over your body and turning you into a zombie. Okay? Well, the bracelet shows what status you have and how far infected you are. And if it's green, then
Oh,
you're free to go anywhere in the
God.
city. But if it's various other colors and levels, then
my
you're limited in what you
God.
can do. And when it goes red, it means you're going to turn, and everyone turns on you, basically, because no one wants to die and get further infected or killed themselves. Okay?
Mm.
But you don't have a bracelet. You just arrived. So can you, like, go do stuff? No. You have to go get your bracelet first. So now you got to go on a mission with this guy who saved you. And you have to go to a hospital, and for an hour, you're sneaking around the hospital, you're doing parkour, you're looting, you're going around these dormant zombies that are kind of half asleep and trying not to alert them. And eventually, after doing a bunch of crap there, you have to get another injection to power up your stamina, because yes, that's right. Every time you do anything in this game, you use a stamina meter. And the stamina meter depletes very quickly at the beginning
Master,
of the
he
game.
is
Apparently, over the course of the game, you'll find more.
He's
injectors,
recapping Dying
and then you'll
Light
have
2,
way
which
more
if I remember
stamina,
he
but you're very
played
limited with what you can do at the beginning of the
yesterday,
game.
so I
You
don't
feel
know
very
why
weak.
he can't remember things
So you
like
find another
what,
injector. You'll level up your stamina. All right.
what the name
And
of
then
the
someone just said, "I wish
city
we could
is
see
and all
Phil's
that
notes
kind
on
of
the
stuff.
side." I don't have any notes. I'm doing this from memory. I have no notes at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
No,
then you find the
You've
bracelet.
got a guide.
You have your bracelet, okay? And finally, once you have your bracelet, you undergo
yeah,
this
from
big
yesterday,
chase
and he
scene. You're
still
being
can't
chased
remember
through the city,
details.
stuff like that. And then
And
finally,
he wonders why
finally,
we consider him calling
the
him
game says,
Gene-brained.
okay, you got more stamina, you got your bracelet, you have a base of operations. Now you can play the game. And just as the game says that, 3 hours were up. All right, I take that back. There was like 15 minutes left on my stream. So I said, I want to do one fucking thing in the game outside of the intro. So there was you take binoculars and you look around the city. That's how you mark waypoints, much like how in Assassin's Creed you would go up your viewpoint and look around the city with eagle vision, and it would mark all these things, points of interest on your map. So it's pretty
Master, you know, it's
in this game.
His gameplay puts me to sleep.
After marking a
especially
ton of
at
points
this
of interest on the map, I went to what was a windmill. All you had to do with the windmill was climb up it, which was some parkour, which kind of reminded me of Far Cry. Once you get to the top, which is kind of a puzzle, you turn on the windmill. Oh, the windmill's now a settlement, which means now it's a safe house, a vendor, all kinds of stuff there. And that was it. That's where I ended my stream yesterday. So literally, 3 hours of gameplay, 2 hours and 45 minutes was the introduction, and 15 minutes of actually trying out some of the core gameplay mechanics because I ran out of time. So how do I feel about that? Well, the graphics are good so far. I'm playing on performance mode, by the way. The game has 2 other modes, quality and resolution, and they both suck ass. They both chug along and have low frame rate. And I was like, do I really care about maybe a few particle effects here, extra lighting here? Or do I care more about being able to play the fucking games because I can see stuff?
You can't see anything, Phil.
Yeah, I care more about being able to see stuff. So I put it on performance mode, and it seems to be running quite well. I'm really enjoying how the game looks. Gameplay, honestly, at this point, I don't think anything. I've done
he used the 8-bit intro
it was all
today.
Tutorial and
Again,
intro, and I
he
had no
knows
stamina.
that it's
now
a
I have a
fucking.
little bit more stamina because at the end of that tutorial, you got that injection that upped your stamina rating.
He knows
And
that's
I
a
think
troll
we're gonna
one,
start
and
to
he still is
find
using it.
more in the open world city now that we start to explore. So as soon as I start upping things like my health and my stamina, I think the game's going to feel a lot more like, okay, it's a game now. The problem is we've only had the very base stats for a long time, so it hasn't felt great. But I think maybe once we do have all the upgrades and the parkour is more free-flowing and everything is just more easy to figure out, I think it's going to be actually a lot better. Combat, right now, it sucks. The combat is incredibly basic. It's called block or parry and then wail away with a melee weapon. Or block and parry and do a ridiculous flying drop kick.
There's probably a lot
blood
other
squirt out of
things,
your
but
enemies
you know,
like they're blood sponges. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if it's going to be any better as we progress on. Maybe we will unlock better combat abilities that will make the combat more interesting. As of now, it's incredibly
if he sent a ban world, he wouldn't.
stupid, in my opinion. Like I said,
Amaran,
wow,
that definitely is the thing. He does not want to admit that they got one on him.
And I just keep
also, the problem is
and everything.
people aren't making a lot of them.
Okay.
Part of it is because
the story.
He's not going to pay them. If
it's
he
not
just
bad,
paid someone,
but man,
he would actually
3 hours
get
in,
better.
And I can't believe that the pacing is so bad. All right, now I'm not a game developer, a writer, or a director. But
so,
ladies and gentlemen, allow me to explain to you how to make a better opening to Dying Light 2. Are you ready? You start out in the woods, you do your intro segment, you arrive at the city. And the moment you arrive at the city an hour in, the game opens up. Now, you don't have an ID bracelet yet, okay? Fair enough. You can't just do whatever you want in the city because you don't have the ID bracelet. So instead, have one area of the city, of the city. That's the only area you're allowed in because you don't have the ID bracelet to go to the other areas. But allow you to start playing the game. Allow that area to open up. You can explore, you can fight, you can loot, maybe get some of the initial injectors to level up your abilities right away. So you don't feel like you're an underpowered weakling who runs out of stamina in 5 seconds because you're a heavy smoker or something, right? And then immediately play the game. All right? Now, maybe after doing that segment, you can either turbo through
the intro probably only
right
takes
back
like
to the story to get
less
your
than
ID
an
bracelet,
hour, but because you're
or
slow as
you
fuck,
can actually take your time and spend
you
2-3
can't
hours
actually
in this
do it better.
intro area, learning the basics of combat, learning the basics of the parkour, actually exploring and having a good time. Then you can get back to getting the story of getting your ID bracelet, and then the game will open up completely where you can go to everywhere in the game after you have it.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's mad because he's so slow.
Better than the fucking people who made this game who worked on it for 7 fucking years.
How do you...
All you need to do is play the fucking game to understand this. But the problem is I feel like there's this disconnect between the game developers and the actual players. Like, they have this idea in mind of what they want to do with the narrative. Great. But did you play the fucking game? Because if you play the game, you would know 2 hours and 45 minutes of intro tutorial is
that's
too
2 hours,
fucking much.
That's 2 hours and 45 minutes of fill time. It's probably closer to an hour. But because you're so...
Oh, God. Days Gone, right? Days Gone is an actually great game. It's a game that has unique zombie survival mechanics. fighting
Okay.
giant hordes of zombies all at once using special
I think
abilities.
that might
and
be the only
upgrades,
person I've ever
riding your
heard who said
motorcycle
Days
around and
Gone's
doing
a
fun stuff to survive in
good
the
game,
zombie
but
apocalypse.
okay.
Going from settlement to settlement, doing fun narrative side stories, choices that actually affect the game. The problem is you have to play 10 hours of repetitive, grindy, boring bullshit, intro shit, tutorial shit, before you finally get to the good stuff.
Wait, but then why is it a good game?
That
That sounds like a big problem.
Most people who
So
played Days
why do you
Gone
say Days Gone's a
dropped it
good
within
one?
the first few hours because they said it was too fucking boring. They never
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
that the
Jake,
game was
I've
actually
never
good
heard
because they
anybody
didn't
saying
tough
it's a good
through it.
game.
You shouldn't have to
At
tough
best,
through
it
the
was
fucking
average.
beginning of a game. Give me the good parts of the game right away, so I know that this game is good and I want to keep playing.
Fuck you,
How
Veruca
do
Salt.
fucking game developers not understand
It's like
this?
it's like Veruca
I just
Salt's
don't get it.
song. He
Literally,
doesn't care
all they
how, he
had to
just
do
wants it now.
was reorder the way that the introduction to Days Gone 2 happened, and you'd be hooked on this game in an hour. But instead, 2 hours, 45 minutes of intro. Oh, now you can actually do something in the game. It's like, okay. So here's the good news. Okay, guys? Here's the good news. We've passed
There's
the
no good
tutorial.
news.
The first stream, the entire effing stream, was the fucking tutorial. Okay?
That
Thank you very much to I'm a little busy for a $50 tip, and I will shout that out.
What the
later and add that
fuck?
appropriately to the leaderboards. Thank you so much. That's very generous of you.
Oh no.
Okay, so that being said, today the entire stream today.
It's a
will
whale
be
tip because
open
that's
world content.
because
It
he
seems
whined
we
and cried that
passed
he didn't get
the
anything
insanely
last
slow
time.
intro,
Oh.
and we can now get to the meat of the game. I'm excited. We're gonna get to explore, take over settlements, fight, upgrade, do all kinds of fun stuff. I want to do this. This is what I wanted to do yesterday, and now it's kind of like, here's
I
what
hate
sucks
this
about it.
because
As a
he
streamer and a
acts like he
content creator, I
is
always wanna put out
expected to
the
have
optimal
these during the
content for you guys,
restream.
right? On a premiere day of a game, I want to show you the game. I want to say, hey, today we get to see this new game and see if it's good or not. After yesterday, I couldn't tell you if Dying Light 2 is good or not because we didn't play the game. You know what I'm saying? So what kind of a premiere stream doesn't actually get to the meat of the game?
Oh,
But how long am I going to fucking
play
stream?
faster.
7 hours? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
it's pretty
Stream
ridiculous
7
that I
hours.
played the game
That's
for 3+ hours and could not get to the meat of the game yet. So today we're going to see that, but admittedly, I know what's going to happen today. We're going to have less viewers. We're going to have less people watching because people tune in just to see that initial stream and get a first impression. Their first impression was, fuck, this game moves too slow and the intro's too long. That sucks. That's a bad first impression, and that's what happens with
Well,
Dying Light 2
Phil?
because the game developers screwed up the beginning.
no.
Alright?
God,
So,
it's not the fucking game developer's
today,
fault. Come on
I
now.
can't wait to actually do real gameplay of Dying Light 2. All right? There you go. Now, that's the game portion of what I want to talk about on today's pre-stream podcast. Now I want to talk about the
Eternal
second
Napalm,
half
don't
of it,
bring up
which
the
is
God of
the
War shit.
stream
He's so
itself
mad about that.
and how it went. Okay? First of all, and if you guys haven't
Oh my
noticed,
God.
YouTube
No.
is having weird glitches and bugs all of a sudden. They didn't have that my whole first half of the streaming week. All of a sudden yesterday, as everyone's tuning in to this freaking premiere stream, okay, the viewership is going ape shit. Oh, you have 200 viewers. You have 2 viewers. Oh, you have 275 viewers. You have 1 viewer. Oh, look,
Okay,
you have over
so the
300
API
viewers.
is fucked
you have
up.
5 viewers. What?
So who cares?
Obviously, this is not correct. We have tons of people right now talking in the stream chat. We don't have 5 viewers. It's ridiculous. Obviously, it's a bug. But YouTube is... Someone at YouTube, in all of their wisdom, said, I'm going to do something different and recode the site and improve something. Execute. Did they test it? No. They just
Bill,
hit execute.
you flunked out of computer
We are the
science.
testers.
Stop
Whenever
trying to think
YouTube
you are
changes something,
understanding.
we are the guinea pigs. We're the ones who have to
Oh.
put up with the repercussions of them screwing things up because they don't test shit. Okay? So someone at YouTube did something. Oops.
You can't
Now
say
the
that
view counts are
they don't
glitched.
test
So
shit
now,
and then
looks like
say,
you have
give
2
me,
viewers,
give me gifted
100
memberships
viewers,
now, now, now,
5
now, now,
viewers,
now, now.
1,000
You
viewers,
can't have it both
10
ways,
viewers,
Phil.
300 viewers. What the
Who
fuck?
cares if the viewers
Okay?
is off?
Not a huge
No
deal.
one cares.
But it's still kind of weird and annoying because it's jarring to see it go
Ryan, listen.
all over the place. And everyone,
YouTube
especially
needs to
yesterday on the
hire-
premiere
What
stream,
would
people were
you-
like, oh, people
YouTube wouldn't even hire him
The view counts
to
on YouTube.
fucking
5
be
viewers, 7 viewers, 4 viewers.
a janitor.
What?
Brandon Watkins. I agree.
That's how it
I agree
was.
with Brandon
Now,
Watkins.
people actually said
Quit
that
complaining.
yesterday I was in the top 5 streamers for Dying Light on YouTube. Like if you search
because
views
everyone's
wise,
doing
I
it
was in
on
the top 5. But who knows
Yeah,
if that's
flip
even
the
true?
switch.
I have no
Jay
fucking
Kramer, he
clue.
does
The
not
review
understand
counts are stupid.
how coding
Stupid.
works.
I don't know.
I mean,
The
he
good news
did.
is
If
not
I remember,
that this is
he
affecting
did flunk
stream
out
quality,
his computer
okay?
science.
However,
He doesn't
I will
understand
tell
it.
you what is affecting stream quality.
What it
Alright?
probably was is an
My PC.
API was
Alright, I
glitching out,
definitely
and
noticed
it
yesterday
happens.
That when
Oh
I
God.
was streaming this game, it wasn't great. And what I mean by that is, whenever I play a game that has a lot of detail and a lot of motion, typically what ends up happening is it eats up a lot of my CPU. Okay? Right now.
Oh yeah, I know he
kidding.
doesn't understand
All
anything.
I'm doing is streaming
Jay
me on a
Kramer.
webcam. And what else do I have going on my PC? A web browser is open. Google Chrome is open. And I'm streaming this webcam to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
My CPU is at 40% use.
Well,
Okay? When
that's
the game
on you.
begins and there starts to be a lot of action and a lot of stuff going on in the game, all of a sudden you might notice it gets pixelated. People are even saying, Phil, even your webcam is getting pixelated when there's a lot of stuff going on.
Then
yes. Wanna know why?
maybe take some of that
Because
money
the
that you
bitrate
have.
is going through the roof. The bitrate of what I'm trying to stream to maintain all that detail on the screen, it's taking up more memory and it's going nuts. It's basically maxing my rig. Okay? So
Wow,
1080p
your rig is
60
really
frames,
bad.
Maximizing the rig,
Like,
everything
this
is
whole
pixelated.
thing is
And sadly,
taking
there's nothing that I can do
1.4%
about
of my
that at this point,
CPU
okay?
with a
I am looking to
bit rate
upgrade
of
my setup
about
sometime this year. I already explained to you guys
66 to
that I don't want
68
to do it now. Why?
68,
I'm in the midst
6800.
of the busiest gaming time of the year. Now, not only February, but now all of a sudden March is starting to see all the game release dates. The Lego game, right? The Lego Star Wars game, Ghostwire Tokyo. All these new games are now being added to March. And it's like, oh shit. So now not only do we have a non-stop February, it looks like we're going to have a crazy March too. Like, this is going to be 2 insanely busy game months, right?
And you know what? You're a business. Why didn't you take some of that revenue and
So,
put it into
that being
investing
said,
into the
all right,
business instead of assuming it's all
I want to upgrade
profit?
this stuff, but I can't even look to do it until we get to a point where I don't need this stuff constantly for big, high-profile new releases. Let's face
Phil,
it.
why don't
if
you?
Elden Ring comes out.
Why don't
and
you get
I
a
can't
rig
stream it every day,
and
people will be
update it
freaking the fuck
on
out.
Monday
Why aren't
on
you
your
playing
day
Elden
off?
Ring? We want to see you play Elden Ring. Why isn't there more Elden Ring? Hey, Phil, Elden Ring. Hey, Elden Ring. Elden Ring. Elden Ring. Elden Ring. Elden Ring. Elden fucking Ring.
God, that looks so awful.
People are going to want me to be playing that crazy amount.
That
of
looks
this, okay?
so
And I get it.
terrible. Phil,
I
how do you
understand
know?
why. So, do I
Best
want to
thing-
be in
yeah.
a situation where I'm now using
Yeah,
new
Jay
setup,
Kramer, that's
new
the thing.
hardware,
You
and I
can't
don't know
even-
what I'm
it's like-
doing, and things are going wrong, and
But
things
Phil,
are
you
failing,
said
and
that you
glitches,
built
and crashes.
PCs
No, of course not. I want
in your
dependability.
college
This
days.
rig that I have right now,
So
I've used for 8
how
years,
is it
and it's
that
very
you-
dependable. And
That
it's funny
you
I say
used to
that 'cause
build
crash last
PCs, but you don't have any idea
I'll talk
how
about
to
that in a
how to
moment.
do that.
But
how to
anyway,
upgrade your own PC.
Yeah, it sucks because whenever I play a game like this is a perfect example. And here's the other thing. When I'm playing Elden Ring, usually it's going to look great. The only time it won't look great is if I'm in the middle of an insanely action-packed boss battle with a ton of shit going on at once. Then it'll probably pixelate. But in general, most games, my rig is good. It's
Oh,
only when
Amaranth.
I get to
Oh,
a
yeah,
game
that's gonna be a horror show.
insane amounts of over-the-top action.
Like,
or
and what he's
ton,
gonna do is he's gonna get a
ton
cheap ass
of
web
detail and
webcam
everything,
instead of
then you'll notice
what
that my
a
stream,
lot. Like I know
kinda
folks
pixelates.
who like they'll put
There's
like
nothing I can do about
I
that
know
right
one
now. That's
one
the
streamer is
limitations
like
of my
I
setup.
put $2,400
Even when I get a new PC
camera
with a new capture device
to-
and all of that,
to
which
do
hopefully
their
I can do
theirs
sometime
cam
later this year
because
when
sometimes
things
they'll
settle
do
down with
full
game
screen and
releases,
oh boy does
then
it look
I will be
good.
able to do it. But
Like
for
they're
now,
shooting in like
it would be
4K and then
asinine
going
for
down
me to
to
say, oh yeah, let's upgrade now. And so, now we got people who want to donate and everything because they said over the years that we want to help you build a new PC, whether you order a pre-built or we send you parts. I'll be honest, I don't think I'd be able to put together a fucking PC, nor do I think people would be able to even get the parts because parts are so in demand and backlogged right now because of COVID. I think it would have to be like a pre-built kind of a deal.
Bill, if
basically,
the parts are in
to try to
demand,
now figure
how
out,
are you going to get a
now I can
pre-built?
get
Because
a
it's
new
made of the
version
same
OBS,
parts.
Which I haven't switched my version of OBS in so many years. It would be like starting over. Seriously, it would be like I got to learn all the new shit in the new version of OBS, do new layouts, new setups, everything new. And it would be a ton of work, which I'm okay with.
Can't
if
you
the streams are
export
gonna
your
dramatically
settings and all
improve
that
quality, which I
stuff?
think they will.
Can't you just
But why are you
put
gonna
it in
do
a
that
folder
the
and move
middle
to
of
that?
when you're playing the hottest games of the year and everyone wants to see you on stream on time, no issues every day.
Because
right?
it would look better.
So what
Because
I'll
it
be
would
doing
look
is
better
I will
and it
likely
would
be doing
look
all
more
that
professional.
later this year, when we get to the point where things calm down with games, whether that be like maybe April, March.
Third nostril
April,
strike.
May, June,
Windows
something like
10 is
typically
completely.
it's the
He's just
summer, right?
paranoid.
Typically the summer is when everything dramatically slows down.
Well,
So it'll likely be around that time when we decide to do it, and and we'll see. All right, but I'm not there yet. So we basically got to put up with what I got, and I apologize because yes, there were many people complaining. Oh, this looks pixelated or whatever. There's absolutely, positively nothing I can do about it. My bit
nothing
rate
I could do,
is
dude.
as high as I can possibly go. If I go any higher, the entire stream chops up, meaning I start dropping frames of animation like crazy.
Here's the thing, Phil. You've been resistant of doing that. If you had done it piecemeal over years,
and
you'd be a
it is
lot
good
better
for
off.
90% of games. There's a time every once in a while when it's not. Like this game may have some issues, and there's not much I can do about it. And I apologize for that, but I'm going to push forward and do the best I can. Okay? Now, attendance was great. Attendance on the stream was very good. Like I said, we had probably around 400 on average.
I know what you want to
viewers,
say.
And it went up and down during the course of the stream, but it went pretty well.
Attendance is
I would argue
good,
discoverability
but
was great because I had over 200 likes on yesterday's stream, which pushed me into the rankings, and people were saying I was like top 5.
But how many
Top 5
people were
streamers
on
for the
YouTube
game
doing that?
On YouTube,
Well, most would
which is
do
excellent. Not to say that
Twitch.
means anything, because who's actually actively searching for games streamed on YouTube? Not a lot of people. So this isn't Twitch, but still,
Wow.
it's good to know that I was in the top viewed group, right?
top viewed and with very few people
now,
looking for it.
Let's talk about support. Okay,
That's like
'cause
saying,
this
you
seems to
know,
be the heavy area of contention.
you're the
and I
valedictorian
hate
of a
to say it, but
homeschool.
This should not be a factor at all. Yet for some odd reason, there's obsessive people out there that they think this is their business, and they made it like the obsessive focus of the stream. All right, so I'm streaming Dying Light 2. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting through the tutorial stages, the intro or whatever.
Okay.
And admittedly, support with tips wasn't astronomically good. Actually, with super chats, it was quite good for a
Yeah,
stream.
but super
I
chats
think we
don't
were
help them
I
now.
don't even know exactly off the top of my head, but I know we were above $50 in super chats. So it was good. And plus, we had members, too. Like I told you guys, we had hit a new record for members, 359. So I know overall the stream was successful. The stream went good. All right? Now, I guess what it is that we have this artificial expectation that whenever I'm playing a brand new game, especially a game that's maybe hyped and or
Artificial
wondering if it's any
You're
good,
the one who does that, Phil.
I'm going to get an overabundance of support on that particular stream, okay?
That's
in general.
You make that
I would argue
expectation.
that is actually a true statement. If you're here for a big new release,
That's what you want.
and attendance is higher than a standard stream, typically
You were the
support
one
comes
making
with
that expectation.
Okay,
No
and
one
typically
else.
for a big premiere, yes, I would probably get a lot of tip support on a stream. As you know, I have goals on my streams. If I raise $50 in tips, I do a reward goal of putting on Gunner glasses. If I raise $100 in tips, you guys get to vote on a hat for me to wear. And if I do the full
Except in
tips goal of
Skyrim,
$50,
when
you vote on
it's
a vest for me to
just
wear for
the
said stream.
stupid
Okay,
What's Opera Doc hat.
cool. I get it. Makes sense. So people are expecting that on a first stream. Okay, guess what? It didn't happen. I played the first hour of gameplay, and we were only at like $28 in tips or something like that. I went on break.
poor
I came
baby.
back. There was a few more tips, got us above 50.
Of course, there was a 1 minute man.
Stream, we're only at like $60 in tips. Okay.
Poor baby.
Now, is this the end of the world? Absolutely not.
Oh,
Is it
you were pissed
disheartening?
about it,
Well,
though.
Makes me wonder, is this a game that's not very entertaining for my audience? That because in general, the rule of thumb that I use is thus. Okay. If I'm putting out an entertaining stream, and that could mean any of a million things. It could mean that I particularly am entertaining during a stream for whatever reason. Maybe my commentary, maybe the way I'm acting, the gameplay I'm putting in. Maybe the game itself is entertaining, right? And you guys are enjoying just the game in general and experiencing it with me. Maybe it's a combination. Maybe it's me and my commentary and my gameplay combining with the great game. Or, on the flip side of that, there could just be a stream that it's just really great interactions between us. We're talking, we're having a lot of fun.
Or Phil, more than
interactions,
likely,
and
it's
that's what I would call
earlier in
more
the month
interactive,
when the
late night chill
welfare
stream.
checks
Usually
come
those
in.
are the kind of streams that are like that. So, yes, in general, my rule of thumb is have your stream be entertaining for whatever reason, and the support's just going to naturally come. Okay, just being honest, I feel that. Like
But
that's
you're
kind of
not entertaining,
my
though.
deal. I don't want to sit here and advertise to you constantly and say, "Hey, do this, do that." Pay, support this way, support that way, do this. I just
You
wanna
do
have a
that
fun
all the
stream.
time.
And in general, if you haven't noticed, on a stream
All the
where
time. Your
we hit
Nightbot does
goals
it
and stuff,
all the
I
time.
never mention it again. Once we hit the goals, you're not going to hear me say, oh, by the way, guys, you can tip and you can do this and that. I just chill and enjoy the game.
Yeah, but
See?
until you hit the goal, you talk about it
So,
constantly.
Yesterday, I was basically really focused on the game because I was interested in the intro segment. Did I mention a few times, hey, you can contribute by doing this or that? Yes, a few times. But I wasn't heavily over-mentioning it or anything like that. I was just enjoying myself and enjoying the game. And by the end of the stream, the last, like, half hour, the actual main discussion of the people in the chat itself was,
Aww.
Phil, why were contributions so low this stream? And I'm like, you know, is it true that contributions were on the slower side compared to what would be a typical new release? Yes. Do I necessarily want to fucking talk about it during the gameplay of the new release?
Yes,
no,
'cause
not really. If I
Why didn't
wanted
you send the
to,
tweet out,
I
Phil?
would.
Did you
see?
send the tweet
But
out?
what was happening was people were actually in the actual chat of the stream itself, turning the stream into, why is this number so low today? And that's not cool. That's, if I want to talk about that, that's my prerogative to do that. It's my stream, it's my business. But it shouldn't be up to anyone else taking it upon themselves to say, let's just turn the entirety of the chat.
What
into
else are
talking
they going to
about
talk
this
about,
number
Phil?
here.
You stop them
That
from saying
number
anything
is
else.
important to me, but it doesn't matter if that number is 0, 150, or whatever. The stream is still the stream. The stream isn't going to not happen. The
It
stream
does
is not
matter
going to-
because you
know
keep
what I'm saying?
begging.
Just because this number wasn't hit doesn't mean that the stream was bad. But that's what people were acting like. Like, seriously, like, by the end of that stream, people were like, wow, Phil, your tip support was low today. And I'm like, and? Like, and what? So big deal.
Phil, you
know?
have
What I
fucking
found over the years,
berated your
especially now that I'm
fan
a
base,
full-time streamer,
berated your
is
chat
that
for not
you
tipping.
can never predict how things are going to go when you're crowdfunded, okay? There are some times when you'll think things are going to go amazingly positive, and they don't. There's times when you'll think absolutely nothing. Oh, this is going to be a typical stream, no big deal. And then all of a sudden, support comes out of nowhere. And you're like, wow, I'm blown away with the positivity and the support of the people on the stream, right? And this happens all the time. This isn't just like every once in a while. I'm constantly not knowing what's going to happen on a stream. I think that's actually part of the real cool thing about being a streamer like this and being a crowdfunded individual is that there's a volatility to it, okay? And that volatility actually is a thing that is exciting. You never know if you're going to have a stream where, oh my God, there's so much support, or there's like no support, and it goes back and forth. Obviously, where it comes into a concern for me is if
The
I'm
whole
doing
colored
a whole
pencils
streaming week,
rant was
and
because
in general,
you didn't
it's
get
slow almost every day.
the
And I'll give you an example.
contributions you
this particular
had.
week, okay, there were several streams where we were not hitting anything past the initial $50 goal. Now, I've tried to explain this before. In a nutshell, I'll try to say it again. Last year, I lost my Twitch partnership for completely invalid reasons. Okay? Unjustifiable. I was mistreated by the company. That's why I'm not
No.
going back. They can go to hell for all I care. Okay?
You'll be
Since then,
back.
I've been trying to recover.
You'll be back.
But I had a certain level of income that I was making on Twitch because of the level
Then
of
you
subscribers
adapt.
and
Don't make
cheers
your
that I was getting.
don't make your fans
The
adapt.
day that I went from Twitch to YouTube, that went way down. And I've been trying ever since then.
And the
to
lie
catch
detector
back
test
up
determined
to where I
that's a
was on
lie.
Twitch. It's been almost a year, and I'm not
His
even close.
income's about the
I
same.
have 357 members. I had more than double that on Twitch. I used to get way more cheers than I get super chats here on YouTube. Okay, so there's a lot of lost revenue there, a lot of lost
Yeah, but
income
the bits
that I have to deal with.
and the
that's why I'm
cheers
telling you guys
would be
this
for
last
50
year's
cents. So
financial
it would be
tight for me,
50,
where a
which
lot
is
of the times
basically
I'm
50
living
cents.
day to day, tips to tips,
So-
pay bills and things. That's just how it is right now. Eventually, things will get better. But
No,
I'm
Phil,
stuck
you have
right now with how things are.
ever
That's why
since
I'm
you
trying
moved to
build up a
Washington,
channel,
you
put
have been
brand DSP
begging
this
and
year,
begging
get
and
discoverability
begging
for it.
for
That's why
money.
I'm doing all these
It's
things
all.
differently
It's been
in
7
2020.
years of financial issues, Phil,
Now-
and it will never stop.
This week, in particular,
Yeah,
there
Jake
were
Kirby,
several
he acts
streams
like he's entitled
where
to
I
his
wasn't
Twitch
hitting the
money.
tip goals. And let me tell you guys something. The
And
day
no,
that I don't hit the tip
he needs
goals
to
is actually scary.
reduce
because
his
this particular week,
spending
I got a lot of bills
to
coming up
meet
to
his.
pay, and I got to buy all these games this month. It's a very, very, very
You don't
busy
buy
release
games,
month,
though.
okay?
Phil.
And
You use
I'm
Game
looking
Pass,
like, wow, what
or
is this
you
pattern? It's one thing if you have
make
one
other
slow day,
people
two
buy
slow
it
days,
for you.
But it's like, wow, 3-4 days in a row. The night streams, I'm getting
Oh yeah,
not a
Jake
lot of
Kramer. He's
support at
begging
all.
the last 3 years
The
gotten
day
out of
streams,
Yeah.
I'm playing Skyrim. Yes, they're
Last 3
doing
years,
all
I
right,
think part
but
of
it's
it is
like,
his
wow,
addiction's
I'm not
gotten
hitting
worse.
any maximized goals at all, right? And when I set these goals into place, okay, the reason I designed them the way I did was that there's a little bit of leeway, but in general, if I'm hitting the goals, every few streams, it's
Bill,
good, and I'm making
you
ends
set the
meet,
goals like
all
this
right?
because
but when there's several
the
days where I'm not
fucking
hitting any of these
vest
goals,
streak
that
fucked
means
with your
I'm not
head,
making
and
the
you
money
thought you were
to pay
entitled
anything.
to get
See?
at least that
So,
money.
It's like day after day after day. It's disheartening. Oh crap, this is scary. I don't know what's going to happen now because I don't know, what's going on with income this week. For some odd reason, it's down. Okay, and there's various reasons why it could happen. And I'm not going to sit here and say the sky is falling like Chicken Little and freak out about it. It's like, oh well, let's just keep pushing forward positively and hopefully things get better, right? So the Dying Light 2 stream happened yesterday, and I only raised like $60 on the stream, which is a big premiere stream. Okay,
People just
now, am I gonna
buying
freak
into
out
like,
and go crazy?
They do
and go
24/7
nuts?
things
No.
to make ends meet.
But
Fuck
apparently,
off.
this group of people are, because I'm not kidding you. The major discussion
They give all their
that
money
I've
to Wings
seen
of Redemption. Now, that
about
could be
people
pimp.
on the internet
Trash
about
word,
my
that
Dying
could
Light
be
2 premiere
pimp.
stream was not the game, the content of the game, the content of my
This is T-Tech.
commentary.
You should plant
the
potatoes in
attendance,
your
the
backyard in
viewership,
case you can't buy
the
groceries.
engagement, the
He
fact
should.
that I was in the top 5 people streaming the
If
game
you
on YouTube.
planted potatoes,
None of that.
they never grow
Oh,
because
I
it wouldn't
heard-
do anything.
Oh, did you hear that Phil's stream? He only made $60. Wow, what a failure for a huge big release stream. Okay, what the fuck are you talking about? No, really. Number one, how the fuck is it your business? It's my stream. It's my business, not yours.
Because you
Who
make
cares
it
how much
everyone's
money I make
business
on a
because you
fucking
whine
stream?
and cry
How is that
about it
your
all the
business
time.
to be acting like it's the end all be all of what I'm doing, right? How many times a year do I stream? All right, twice a day. How many days a year? One day a week. I'm also 300 days a year, so 600 fucking streams in a year. Oh no, I had a slow one. Oh, I'm scared now. You know what I'm
Phil,
saying?
when you have a slow
Like,
one,
what are you
you
talking
berate,
about?
as I said before, you berate your chat for not giving you money.
And then on top of that, it's just like
Stop
I
this
feel. Well, not that I
shit.
feel. I know there's a large group of people on the internet who do what's called hate following me. Okay, what does it mean? It means that for whatever various reason, they don't like me. So some of them probably feel that they just don't like me and my personality. They feel that I don't put out quality content and I don't deserve success.
You
They feel
don't
that maybe
put
over
out
the
quality
years I've been
content.
dishonest with my audience and they don't like that. Maybe some of them actually have a bug up their ass about things that happened 10 years ago. Who knows? But there is a group out there
Phil, you haven't
that
changed.
literally
So,
hate
what
follows me. All right?
do you mean by
The
hate
only
follows?
reason
What the hell?
that they're following me on the internet is to shit on me and everything I do. It doesn't matter if I do 10 things right. The one thing that I do wrong is the thing that they focus on and talk about. It doesn't matter if I had an insanely great January, which I did, a month when there was like nothing going on for new releases, right? Nothing. I still had a great streaming month. Everything was good. Engagement was up. It was a miracle that I actually did as well as I did in January, because typically January is my slowest month of the year. In reality, it was a really good month for me, right? Ignore that. Phil had a bad stream. Dying Light 2.
January's
when it
bad
comes
for
to
everybody
trade.
on
Not
YouTube,
even overall,
buddy.
because overall the stream was good. Viewership was good. Engagement was good. I was discovered on YouTube and got a bunch of new subs.
Yeah.
Actually, super chats were good. Memberships were good. The
You
only
repeat
thing
the
you
wrong
can even
thing
argue
daily.
was on the slow
No.
side. All right, was the tips. That's the only thing you could say was a negative about the stream. But this is what these fucking people
Yeah,
focus on.
MC Tech reviews.
All
600
right?
times
They
150
are
is
hate
95,000.
followers.
That's what he wants.
They literally follow things on the internet just to hate and crap on them. All right? That is probably one of the most broken existences I can even imagine. Can you
Your
imagine
existence
that
is
all
broken.
you did with your life was follow things you dislike? Instead of actually having, oh, I like this, so I follow it and I celebrate it, and there's a fan base for it, and I interact with that fan base, and I have a good time, and we all have positivity around this stuff that we like and this content that we enjoy. You do the opposite. You actually focus in on people who hate something, and you become a hate-focused group. All you do is crap on something, and you revel in bringing down the thing you don't like. Can you see the difference? It's called being productive versus being destructive.
You're not
Being
productive at
positive
all.
versus being negative.
Dude,
Actually
dude,
building
you're
something
not
up
positive at all.
and
Well,
having
Phil,
something good in
stop
your
trying
life
to act like you're
versus trying
positive.
to constantly bring down things that you think are bad in life. listen to me. I understand that there are
I love
times in
Sneer
life
saying,
where you feel
man,
like
this
I gotta
whole
take a
rant's how
stand
Phil
against
doesn't
something.
care about
I
the
gotta rally
trolls.
for a cause.
And he should
We
not pay
gotta
attention
stop
to 'em.
something that's
Yeah.
an injustice to the planet. Okay, that I get. I don't understand. There's something on the internet
Your
that kind of
income
bothers me.
is-
to let me sit around with another
is an
focused
injustice
group
to the
of people
planet.
who
There are
literally
people
just
who
want to shit on
are
you.
much
Like,
better
there
streamers
is
than you, who
something
should have
broken
the
in your
money that
fucking
you
head
get.
if you think that this is the way you should conduct yourself in life. Really. And this is coming from someone who used to do it. I can tell you from my own
still
personal
do it.
experience, when I was younger, in my early 20s, in the Street Fighter community, I used to be a part of that. I would actually find people in the community who pissed me off because of their attitudes, their elitist ways, the fact that they had these really messed up situations where they would rig tournaments and things so that the certain people would always be ahead and win, while others would
my
never
God.
have a fair chance to actually win. In Street Fighter
Rig the tournament?
This is-
Fuck you, Phil.
happened a lot back
You
in the day, I have to say
suck.
it, okay? I was
Oh
the
my
guy
God. You
who
were
trolled
literally
the fuck
trying to
out of those
say-
people on the internet.
You're
I
literally
would
trying to say
make
you would
fun
have
of
won
them,
more
razz
tournaments if
them,
people didn't rig it
talk
against you.
shit to them,
You
just
suck.
basically do everything I could possibly do to annoy the living fuck out of those people because I felt they
Yeah.
deserved it.
And
okay?
then when they wanted
Now,
to kick your ass,
that
you
was
hid in the
definitely
bathroom like a
a
little
time in
bitch
my
instead of
life
taking your
that I look
cast
back
kicking like a
on now.
man.
All right, and I say I massively regret it. I think that everything I did back then was a waste of my time. Anything that had to do with the trolling, by the way, not just playing competitive Street Fighter, but anything that had to do with the trolling, with harassing people online, with being a complete dick, right? I feel like that was a mistake. And to this day, I regret a lot of the things that I said and did back then. I think back to the things
You
that
still
happened and
do
I
it,
cringe.
though.
I'm like, man, I'm embarrassed that that was me back
You
then.
still act
But
like
I've
that.
grown in the last 20 some
No,
years.
you have
I've
not.
grown as a person. I've definitely
20
changed.
some odd years,
I'm
no,
nothing
you
like
don't.
The guy that I was back then, and now I look
Yeah,
from the other
act tough
side
toward
of all this.
Triforce on the
I've come
phone.
out of that.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
That
That's why I say he will never
toxicity,
go out to a
crapping on things
convention
constantly.
because if
And
he
now I've
does
come out
super
of it,
crazy, he's gonna
and
want
I
to kick
see it
his
from a
ass.
perspective
He
of
will
someone
run. Oh my
who has
God,
a
you will
good
see him
life,
what like
right? I'm happily married.
Be like,
I have an awesome cat who's sitting in the window right here being very silly, walking back and forth. I live
You
in a
don't
nice
have a
house.
happy marriage,
I have a
Phil.
great job where I get to interact with an amazing audience every single day. I get to do what I love for a living, playing video games and having a great time with
Dude,
social interactions
it's-
with you guys. I look at it from
you're not happy, Phil. We can
a
tell.
different perspective today.
If you were
Okay?
happy,
And I
you wouldn't be
look
gin
back at
tweeting
how I
about
was
it
back then. I
at,
say, maybe the
at
reason
almost
that I was like that back
2:30
then
in
is
the
I didn't have
morning
anything
your
back then.
time.
I was miserable. I didn't have the things that I wanted. My
You
life
are
wasn't a
miserable
positive
now.
life. So because I was so miserable, I wanted to bring down everything else around me that I possibly could.
You
Right?
still do.
So maybe if more people
That's
were
why
just
you
happy,
shit on PewDiePie. That's why you
they
shat on
wouldn't want
Markiplier
to
a few
hurt
days
others
ago.
and be nasty to them. It's kind of what I'm thinking. So you got to realize something, right? These people who hate follow people, they actually have hate focus groups who focus in on just messing with people on the
What,
internet.
hate focus
It's probably
groups?
because they're miserable
Wait,
themselves.
is there a focus
and
group?
They don't feel
Do
that
do
the
we get like
people on
what
the
was I say?
internet who are successful
Do you
should be
think this
successful. So
and
we've gotta
they just
bring
kind
them
of
down
to
every
improve the
road we possibly
restreams?
can, right? So
Yeah,
Dark
virtually,
Side
that's the thing.
Phil, we just
He
don't
does
like
hate his
him
job.
for whatever reason, because there's a million reasons
He
why
doesn't
people
want
don't
to do
like him,
gameplay.
right?
He
But we have a
his
concerted
anger really
effort
is
to
the
try to
fact
shit
that
on this
he
guy for some fucking
he
weird
isn't
reason,
making the
some
money
weird
that he made
obsessive,
in
weird-ass
2012.
reason,
That's
right?
the whole point.
So I do a premiere stream of a new game. Admittedly, the game is slow paced, 3 hours, no progress really besides getting through the intro. So we haven't even seen the game yet, right? I can't even formulate an opinion on it yet because we really haven't played the game.
Yeah, Freight Train. I agree.
The
Why am
stream
I getting
ends,
lectured by this man?
And what is the talk? Is it about the game? Is it no? It's about it's because you didn't make a lot of tips, right?
Well, Phil, you talk about
Right?
that. Do
It's
I
just
need to pull up the
ridiculous.
fucking colored pencils rant? Because that's the thing. You shat on them. You said, well, oh, hold on. Fuck. I dropped it. Oh, nope. My stream.
Because we really haven't played.
There we go.
The stream ends, and what is the talk? Is it about the game? Is it no? It's about it's because you didn't make a lot of tips, right? Right? It's just ridiculous.
There we go. Oh. What's going on? Come on, VLC. Stop being a dick. Damn it. Sorry, folks. I like VLC because I
really
think
haven't played. The stream ends, and what is the talk? Is it about the game? Is it no? It's about it's because you didn't make a lot of tips, right? Right? It's just ridiculous.
What the fuck? Okay, give me one sec. VLC decided, no, I don't want to do that. Now I gotta fucking... Damn it. Come on, VLC. You're better than this. Don't let him beat you.
Because we really haven't played. The stream ends, and what is the talk? Is it about?
Okay, fucking hell. I need to... I'm sorry, I did not have a backup set. VLC, basically, the VLC decided it did not want to... it's not pulling that up, so I need to... Browser new. And... just gonna copy paste there. And, of course... Sorry. Okay, hold on. I think my VLC's up. Oh, sorry. Sorry. There we go. Sorry. Yeah. Keemstar 1 while Phil... Yeah. Yes, Keemstar 1 while Phil is begging for pennies. Ha 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 ha. Delete the message. It's still up there. Or you can be toxic and you still make about $100,000 a year. You could be Dark Side Phil. Mm-hmm. You are always pissy. Phil, you are always ungrateful. You are completely ungrateful. What is it? Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. All right. Gotta interact. Gotta pick up. Oh god, you couldn't hear it when it was on VLC. Whoops. Sorry. Sorry. It's the Nazi hat.
We actually struggle to even hit the tier 2 tips goal because I like to put on this hat, which I call it the M Bison hat because it looks like M Bison's hat. And I put it on, and I start playing with M Bison, and I kick ass.
He's still muted? Oh my goodness. VLC audio, why are you not? Oh my god. All right, well, I'm not dealing with VLC right now. I'm just going back to the browser. I'm gonna stretch it out. Yeah, sorry. This has just been amateur hour from past the remote. No. I don't care. Yeah. But you don't do better, Phil. That's the problem. You never do better. Oh, wait. Hold on. Prayer hands. No, you don't. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can you guys still hear? I hope you can hear. Oh, yes, you do.
Situation that you've been put
There we
in.
go.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's what I mean
Sorry.
by that.
You do.
Yesterday, the Dying Light 2 stream.
You do exploit
great with
your
tips.
viewers.
Okay. All right. So now, what I like people to say is, okay, I support Phil. I love his content. Didn't do so well. I'm going to support him on the night stream. And then you go do it because you like the content. What I don't want to happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing. Some of them want you to do better, but he just refuses to.
You
He
weren't even
refuses to
aware that it wasn't
improve
so good.
himself.
Okay, tips-wise, I should say. Everything else was good. But then
Yeah,
you
Peace
start
wants him to stop
following the wrong
begging.
people. You're in the wrong circles,
Hateful.
those hate circles, okay? And you hear from them, haha, Phil had a disaster stream, Dying Light 2 stream does terrible for tips. What a huge, his business is going out of business. Oh, the silent majority didn't support him this time, and ha 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 ha. So you watch their negative shit, okay? And then you say, all right, what I would like to do then is I want to stick it to them. I want to stick it to the haters. So
Then
I'm
be
going to go to
better.
Phil's late stream, and I'm going to support him on his late stream just to stick it to the haters, okay?
Okay.
Please don't do that. Really. Please don't do that.
You want
I
them
don't
to
want
do that.
anyone supporting just to stick it to a group of toxic people, all right? Those people eventually need to look in the mirror themselves and say, what am I doing with my life? But when you have that kind of an obstinate attitude against those people, they will never improve. In fact, all that will happen, it'll be like two groups with rock-headed heads butting like this.
Phil,
okay?
that's the whole
Seriously.
thing. You've been
What I want,
shitting on.
if you're coming to my streams and my content and you're here to enjoy for positive reasons, great.
Yeah,
Please
who
support for
cares?
positive reasons. Do not come here and say, I'm just going to come and support just to stick it to a toxic group of people on the internet. I don't want that. All right, you want to know what I call that? The Druckmann method. That's the Druckmann method, okay? And I'm going to call it that forever because 2 years ago, during the release of The Last of Us 2, that is exactly the attitude that Neil Druckmann took, all right, to get his game over, okay? And that behavior absolutely disgusts me, okay? To give some background, when The Last of Us 2 was released, a lot of people had issue with the game. Some had valid reasons to dislike it, and some had completely unreasonable, over-the-top, stupid reasons to dislike it, right? Valid, invalid. There's a mix. What Druckmann did, which actually was ingenious, but completely immoral, underhanded, and in my opinion, fucking disgusting,
Here's the thing,
is he
though.
created a straw man argument. He said, absolutely everyone who doesn't like The Last of Us 2 is a bigot, a prejudiced person, someone who can't handle the fact that the protagonist is gay,
No.
and or
Phil.
the other protagonist
Phil,
is a strong
you
female.
call detractors
right?
mentally
Also,
ill.
this game
You
has a transsexual
said
character.
there's a sick
Or
motherfucker
was it, excuse me,
on
a
the internet
transgender
named
character.
Tevin.
I apologize. I think
It's like
this is the wrong word
you
there
that's
for
what you did.
transgender
You
character,
called
my
you
fault.
literally called Tevin a criminal.
And people have issue
because
with that
he
too.
restreamed you.
So
You honestly
just
think
because
that
that
anybody who
people don't
restreams
like
you,
the game,
that
and
if
those
they
are
didn't,
terrible
if,
reasons
if
not
they
to
didn't
like the
restream
game.
you, they
So,
would
ladies and
flock to
gentlemen,
your stream. They
if
won't.
you want to rage against bigotry, hatred, and all kinds of
Bigotry.
terrible things on the internet, buy and support The Last of Us 2. I wish I could tell you that this didn't happen, but it's well documented. He posted it up on social media. He said such in interviews.
Phil,
at the end of the year,
You are the toxic
at the
one.
Game Awards,
People
okay?
like your family doesn't.
During
like,
the Game
your
Awards,
dad,
open
when you
voting
begged
for
with your mom,
viewers, or, excuse
walked
me,
out the
Gamers'
fucking door in
Choice.
anger.
It was actually the Gamer's Voice or whatever, where people
The
vote for
fact
the
is
games
that
they want.
you
It's not the
don't-
journalists who determine
like,
it, but the actual gamers
The only
themselves who
reason
go to
that
the
Cat
website
even
and vote.
deals with you is because
Neil
you
Druckmann
have
came
money.
publicly out on his Twitter and said,
Once you start
vote
losing
for The
it,
Last of Us 2
I
because a
believe
vote for that
she will
game
have
is a
her
vote
exit
that
plan
says fuck you to
straight
the
up,
haters.
ready.
That's literally what he said. Not vote for The Last of Us 2 because the game is good. Vote for The Last of Us 2 because you feel it's Game of the Year, because it has gameplay elements that are worthy of getting this award. No, vote for it to say fuck you to the haters. All right? The backlash was so bad against him for saying it, he had to actually delete the tweet and publicly apologize because people were like, dude, you are a fucking complete scumbag. You want people to actually support
It's
good
like,
games,
play
not
the
because
game,
you
that'll
want
be
to
the
say
F to-
fuck you to
F
people
you
that
to the
don't
haters.
like
It
you.
would be,
Like, how
but he
immature
doesn't
can
wanna
you
play the
be?
game.
Right? He already made The Last of Us 2 one of the best-selling, if not the best-selling game of that year by doing this disingenuous, immoral campaign about saying you can't not like the game and not be a bigot. Right? He already did it. So now he did it again at the end of the year. It was absolutely ridiculous. Exactly. Team Terrahawk says success by guilt trip. Actually, not really guilt trip. It's more like feel good.
Sammy Gupta,
If you support
Oh,
my game,
it's gone.
it's a feel-good moment
love that.
for people who have this
So if you
open-minded
missed what he said, he
thinking,
was like,
liberal thinking.
he's like,
if you
I'm
support
gonna stop being a
your
fan. I'm gonna charge
protagonist
back all
not
my
being
$20 tips
white,
because
strong male,
these
but
rants
instead
are
being
why
outside-the-box character,
you're not liked,
you should
not the
buy and
detractors,
support
which
The Last of
is
Us 2,
true,
right?
but
And the
he-
truth of the matter
he
is,
got Liam
is it
Manuel
interesting and is it
banned.
fun to see variety of characters be main characters in games? Yes. I don't want to see 5,000 Duke Nukems, okay? I don't. Stupid. That's boring. You know, variety is the spice of life. That doesn't mean that The Last of Us 2 by default is the best game of the fucking year because the guy threw a few liberal themes in there and had a more variety of characters. He's an asshole. Druckmann will never, ever be able to live that down because he literally got successful off of a feel-good liberal movement that year rather than selling the best game of the year.
Yeah,
Okay?
like-
and I will never forgive him about that.
and part of
I
it
won't,
is, like,
because
dude,
his game actually was good.
You know, and,
Let me
and
let me
not
repeat
every
myself. The
restreamer
Last of
makes
Us 2 was
money
good.
off of it. I don't
It was
make
an
money off of
exceptionally
it.
good game.
I know
Great
Ann Lee
graphics,
doesn't make money
great
off of
gameplay
it.
elements that
Piece of
improved
Piece
upon the
doesn't make
first
money.
game.
I mean,
Really
whether
great
they make
level
money off it
design,
or not doesn't
cool
really matter. But
atmosphere,
the fact is, yeah,
world, the only thing I didn't
there's
like was the
restreaming.
plot.
That's
I
it.
literally liked every other piece of the game but the plot.
But he acts
okay?
like we're
So
taking
even
money
if
from him. Like
I don't like
Freight
everything else
Train,
with
you
the
would
plot. I
be
can still
in
say
his chat
the game overall is
talking.
one of the best games of the year.
If
but
I
that's
wasn't
not what
restreaming.
he sold the game on.
And
He
that's not
sold it
true.
on a fucking feel
He
good.
doesn't understand,
You know,
dude.
it's us
These folks
versus
don't
them.
like him.
Straw man argument. Okay. Now, getting back to what I was saying. Okay.
Yeah, his chat is.
Why
turned
am
on.
I
They
bringing this
want
up?
him to play the
Because
fucking
I would
game.
feel like I am being a complete hypocrite. I am Neil Druckmann. If I tell you guys, hey, did you see all those shitheads on the internet yesterday that crapped on my Dying Light 2 stream? Well, fuck them. Come to my stream tonight and support it, man. Let's do it together. Let's stick it to the hater. No. 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 No.
Full screen.
No. Please no.
How do I know? How do
Not
I
like
fucking
this.
know?
Seriously.
Yeah, that's what you.
Not like this. If
Yeah,
I'm
Jay
gonna be
Kramer.
successful,
Without the
please let me
detractors,
be
he would have
successful on my
faded
own
so far
laurels,
into
my own
obscurity.
merits,
He'd never.
because you like my stuff.
He'd lose
Please,
his
if you
condo.
like my content, support it. Do not
Like,
support
Phil,
the
you have to
content
understand,
to hate on
this
the
is
hater.
somewhat of a
You see what I'm
symbiotic
saying?
thing.
Just like they
You
are
make
a hate
money.
focus group, please don't make this about
Hate
them,
focus
okay?
group. Oh my god.
Don't.
This is
Please
hilarious.
support it because oh wow,
I'm
I
just
come to
thinking
Phil's
of a-
streams. I love his gameplay and his
detractor focus
commentary.
group
We have
now.
a great interactive community. Phil really is working hard to make things positive now and get rid of that negativity in his content and his streams. In fact, if you were just here on my stream yesterday and you don't pay attention to anything outside these streams, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But I just know for a fact it was all over the internet yesterday. People were scumbags saying nasty shit about my stream because
Yeah.
this is how they are.
Peace gave that
okay?
money to
And I
charity,
don't like
unlike
that.
Phil
I don't like
said
that.
today. Yeah.
As a community,
That's
people
the
are like,
thing.
well, we had a great time
Phil
on the stream yesterday.
doesn't,
Why?
and his
is
whole
there
thing
this
of,
common
well, it's
perception
brought
that the
up
stream
not
did
to
bad?
talk
Because
about
it didn't.
charity. Phil,
These
we
people
see the bank
are
leaks. You
hyper-focused
don't
on any
give
positive,
to charity.
excuse me, any negative thing they can associate with me and my content, they will do it
Mm-hmm.
because they're scum. I'm just being honest. That's what they do because
Like,
they are so
how long has this rant gone on for?
hyper-focused
Like
on
15
negativity
minutes?
that any little thing is negative to them. You see? So please understand that. All right? And
God, the
I hope
mods
that
are
you guys
really
do. That I'm
going
trying
out
to do my
tonight.
best
Who the fuck
to
is this
make
mod today?
this channel a positive place for gaming.
Oh, there's a
positive,
mic bot?
fun, interactive streams, honest commentary, and reactions to the gameplay that I'm doing. Have fun discussion.
there must be
chill
a shadow
streams,
mod. I
where
can't
it's
see
more
any
about us
participant in the
interacting
chat.
than it is about the actual gameplay content of said stream, etc.
He's gonna allow it and
All
say
right?
nothing.
That's what I'm going for, and I hope you guys understand that, and I hope that's what you attend the streams for, and that's why you support them. I hope. Okay. But that being said,
call me
I
Big
can't
T's, I
make
can't.
you
Said the same
support
thing
for the
about
right
Pokemon. You
reasons.
said 80% of stream
I
enjoyed
can't.
it.
I would just hope
Have
that we
fun,
have
but
this
tips were
positive
low and you felt
mentality
the
when we
attitude
do stuff
was
with my
different.
content,
Good man,
so
it's-
that way
it's true.
people aren't getting the wrong impression.
A
I don't
good-
want to be
a
Neil
good
Druckmann.
stream is only
I don't
about
want to
his
tell
money.
you guys support me to stick it to the haters. Fuck the
love
haters.
this.
Act like they don't exist and come and just enjoy the content for what it is and support the content.
Why don't you-
support the hatred and the negative? Because all you're doing then, you're fighting
But
negativity
you're the king of
with
hate.
more reinforced negativity. You see?
You're the king of hate.
And I don't
I
like
keep
that at
hearing
all.
that in the
I don't think
songs
that's
in
something
your
that's valid
thing.
or something that should be done. I think that instead it should all of us be enjoying the stuff at face value for what it is and supporting it for face value. Okay, you got to understand we're better
Yeah,
than that.
like-
We are as a community. We're better than that. We're way better than that. We
Are you?
can be better than that.
You've
We can
doxed
step up
people.
collectively and say we're not going to put up with that crap.
You
we had a
doxed
good time.
people.
We're going to continue to have a good time.
So,
And hey,
are you better?
know, if Phil didn't have a
You're the
great
king of
tip
hate.
stream, big fucking deal. Phil streams 300 times a year, right? As long as it's not an ongoing thing, it's not a big fucking deal. That's not what they won't talk about that. They won't ever talk about it or spin it like that because they don't want to accept reality. To them, any little thing that was a bump in the road is a win. To those people who are so that hate focus group, they're so hyper focused on hate.
Phil doesn't tip.
That's how
Why
they are.
should we?
Okay.
Yep. Oh, there's that
All right,
lean in
please
manual
understand
band.
that. All right, now let's get to shout-outs. And by the way, hold on one second. I just got a text from my wife.
Please tell me she's leaving you. That would be funny. You gotta check your text on stream. Good job, Phil. Yeah, I follow him blindly, not question him. He's not. Yeah,
I got a
he's
text
not a
from my
cult.
wife. I didn't know what time she's getting out of work today because, like I said, she's starting all new stuff at her job today, and new schedule and everything. And she wasn't even aware when she was getting out. See what she said. Okay.
Oh yeah, Jake Herman, that's
So-
super chat. Yeah, that's the thing. Like he
soon
does
as I
DoorDash, he
finish-
doesn't tip,
Uh,
and then he wonders why it takes
soon as I finish
DoorDash
here
is 2 hours. Because you
with
gotta
the Prestream
remember.
podcast, I have to run downstairs and thaw out something to make dinner because she's actually going to be home in time to make dinner. Which I
Oh my
didn't
god, it's
expect.
gonna be a fucking. Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's do shout outs. All right.
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious.
So we start off today with Whisk cheese. I guess Wisconsin cheese, which actually I heard is some of the best cheese there is. Did a $2 super chat and says, "Are you gonna play Sonic Frontiers this year?" Likely yes, and please let it be good. Really, Sonic needs a good game. He hasn't had one since Sonic Mania, and that was a long time ago. We need another
That
good
was, what,
Sonic game, so I hope that it's
2015?
actually a good game, and I will give it a shot.
Wasn't it? Sonic Mania is 2015.
Genesis
not
Gaming
super
did a
long.
super chat, says you can chop off the enemy's limbs if you aim for them after you get them to low health and stamina.
Sonic Mania is 2017.
Awesome.
It's 5 years ago, dude. It's not a long time ago.
Apple Babble did a super chat and says, "You laugh us off if we give you legit criticism,
Yes, you do.
and you have been negative lately. Ask us how we feel and see yourself. You don't respect us, Phil." I feel like there's some kind of intelligent discussion in there. So first of all, you laugh
That would
us
be
off if we
funny.
give a
He
legit
should
criticism,
wear
okay?
the Sonic hat during
Can you cite
Sonic.
an example? Or else what you said literally, that's like saying, well, you're an asshole because you did something bad. Okay, what did I do bad?
The colored pencils
Tell me,
rant.
please.
The colored pencils
You've
rant,
been
where you
negatively-
basically
now that I disagree with.
said
I actually
that,
feel like I've been way more positive.
that because people go to movies
this
and see
year in
Spider-Man, they
particular,
should tip you.
especially since I'm
That-
rebranding my
that's
content,
that.
I'm redoing stuff to be, you know, a little different. And people have told me in general they're actually liking the way that things are going. Yeah, sometimes I rant on pre-stream because I do a pre-stream podcast every day. But negative about what? What exactly? Again, what are
You've
you
been
talking
negative
about?
Sony. You've been negative about Troy Baker.
This is the thing. The people who hate me, this is the kind of shit that they do. Okay? They throw these incomprehensible, unspecific generalities at me. Oh, you laugh if we give legit criticism, and you've been negative lately. You don't respect us. Okay, what are you talking about? Those are all insults, but nothing with a basis of
You
fact.
don't respect me is not an
When
insult.
you actually say something, you have to back it up with facts. You can't just say the sky is green. You know,
Phil,
my thumb is
you
made
don't-
of banana, and I don't know. This keyboard tastes delicious. You have to actually back it up with facts. You know what
Phil,
I'm saying?
you
Like I
back
could say a bunch of
nothing
shit too.
that you
Like, I
say
can
with
say,
facts.
Apple, you're a fucking asshole. And you say, well, what's your backup with fact? Well, you super chatted me with a bunch of insults with no backup for that. So
That
that's my
wasn't
proof. You're an
insults.
asshole. There you go. And see how
Yeah.
easy it is? I can do it too.
Yeah,
It
Steve
doesn't
the
mean
Dead will
anything.
put
It just
hours and
means
hours
you give me
into
a $5
making these
super chat, and now you
amazing
look like a
videos
fucking asshole on my
showing
stream.
how bad he is, and he ignores it.
Mission accomplished, bro. The Recluse did a super chat, says, I like you, but this broken record rant is tiring. There's no broken record rant. I'm specifically talking about something that happened yesterday, specific to one stream.
Yeah,
I couldn't have
you
possibly
just
talked about it
insulted them.
before because the stream
And-
hadn't happened until yesterday.
Yeah,
so you don't know what the fuck
berating
you're talking about either.
supporters. Very
Just saying that a
respectful and
super chat says
positive.
Ghost of Tsushima was robbed. I agree. I completely and utterly agree. I had way
One Piece, Return of the King of Hate.
way more fun
Actually,
playing Ghost of Tsushima
he never left.
than
but-
I did The Last of Us 2. And it's not just about better gameplay mechanics, it's about the overall experience, the artistic value of the game, the story elements tied in with the gameplay elements.
See, that's the thing. If
made
you
it
have
a
this
much,
guy,
much,
you have criticism, share them.
much
Don't be afraid,
better
dude. Lean
situation.
Emmanuel Band. He'll do that.
Yet, most people said, Last of Us 2, you have to like it or you're a bigot.
Well, Phil, you are a bigot.
And by the way, it's okay if you didn't like Ghost of Tsushima. That's your opinion. That's your prerogative. You have the ability to say
Phil,
that.
Phil, if someone no,
okay,
because
let's
if
get
they
the
like
tips.
games that you don't
Our first
like,
tip today, yes, from I'm a little busy, a
Yeah.
$50 tip.
people criticize him
He said,
and he
remember me, I
insults.
love the fact that
That's
you're
the
playing
thing,
this game.
Dickhead.
Thank
I
you to
don't
I'm a
get
little
this.
busy for this very generous tip to get us started today.
Yeah, call me Big T saying members calling out for not playing
That is
Halo with him.
very,
and then
very
when people call you out,
appreciated,
it's auto
and it's a
ban.
great
That's the thing.
start.
He doesn't
We've already
understand.
hit
It's like,
the
dude,
first tier of goal, and we can now work to the tier 2, which is a hat. Okay.
I don't fucking care. As soon as this is done, I'm leaving because I can't do your gameplay anymore. It's boring,
All right. Here we go. Wipe this off.
and I know where this is going. Okay, I used to follow the
Kamaru
Spoony
did the
one.
$1.50.
I
Says,
know
regarding
where
Dying
the
Light
story
2,
ends.
although I don't care about this game, there's nothing wrong with long intros. The game has to give you a reason to care about the world and the characters before dropping you into a massive world. You had a similar complaint with Arceus. Correct. The problem is with these games,
like,
it's not just
why
about
does he use so
story.
mush mouth?
The story is one element of the game.
Arceus.
I need to know overall why your
Enunciate,
game
Phil,
is good,
please.
what the hook is, what even your game is.
Like, stop.
2.5
If
hours
you stop
into Dying Light 2,
drinking,
I still can't even tell you.
it would be like
what the major
when
gameplay
Barney
loop
stopped drinking to
is
try to be an
going to be.
astronaut.
I can't, because we didn't do it yet. Today, I'll be able to tell you. That's too long to wait. I don't want to wait. You're watching a movie. You have to wait 1 hour and 45 minutes until finally something happens that makes sense in the
then
movie.
why is it on his game of the year?
What?
It's number 2
But the movie's
on game
only,
of the year.
3 hours long. Well, fuck you. No. It's terrible. There's something called pacing. And a lot of game directors seem to have a major problem today with pacing. They don't
Phil,
understand
you
how to
don't
pace
understand
their
pacing
games.
as well either.
Instead, they're
Come
like,
on
well,
now.
I have a story to tell. Okay, but tell it in a way that's interesting. Not 3 hours of story elaboration, now play the game. Okay? It's not that the intro is the problem. The problem is that the intro isn't broken up enough with the game so you know exactly what the game is. It's just too long to wait. Okay?
You know, the person,
Almighty
I don't think
Fraga
he's-
did a $4 super chat.
Oh,
or,
big
excuse me,
ups,
$4
Fraga.
tip. And now he's saying, I need to pull fat ninja moves for an epic DSP comeback. I don't even know what you're talking about. But thank you very much.
Big ups, Almighty Fraga.
I have no clue. Oh, actually, I take that back. This is 55. Okay. All right, guys. So, that's the pre-stream podcast. As you can see, Jasper's opening the closet and entering it. That's what that is. Not a ghost. That's Jasper Kitty. He's in the office today and able to open stuff and do silly stuff. Thank you for chilling with me. Thanks for watching the podcast. Let's end it. And then let's get started with gameplay. How does that sound? Good? I hope so. While we do this, I'll actually turn everything on. I almost turned on my air conditioner instead of my TV because the controllers are right next to each other. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for a great Oh, my God, the sun is coming out so bright. Holy fuck. I got to close the blinds. Thank you for a great podcast.
Yeah, Phil,
Let's
you ever think that...
get the show started. Here we go.
Are you going to go dethaw some? 'Cause I think you're going to go and take a break.
That was not the correct thing that I clicked.
Wow,
Let's get this
Phil.
show started. Here we go.
Go to Japan if you like you're in Japan.
See you in Langville. Bye-bye. Peace out, everyone. Until next time. See you later.
Okay.
Okay. That was the correct thing that I clicked. Enter your password. I changed my passwords and stuff last night. Remember I told you that my PC had an issue. It crashed. I talked about this in the what do you call it?
Sorry guys, I was only gonna do the pre-stream. I got a few things. I gotta get some sleep for work tonight, so I cannot do the entire gameplay stream. So, but I want to thank everybody for coming out. I appreciate it, and I apologize for me being amateur and not being, not having the browser and stuff like that up when VLC was crashing, the muting and stuff like that. That's, that's on me. I gotta be better at that. I gotta, do that. But I thank you so much for coming out. I think Fraga's, I think Almighty Fraga's doing gameplay. I think. So, yeah, let's give him a shout out. Well, I will. Yeah. No, Jicker, I know. It's just I got to be a little bit better on that, and futzing around with new stream layouts. I'm let's figure this out, but so yeah, that's open that. There we go. Here's Fraga. He'll be doing. I think he'll be doing gameplay for the rest of the stream, and if not, he'll probably be playing something fun. He's really good. You should check him out if you haven't. But thank you very much, and I will catch you all next time. Later.